Welcome back, everybody. Hooray, hooray. So last week you guys really had your first start of the day in Vallaki. You guys got to the tavern and you were able to get food and rooms. Sam and Irina had fun, and apparently everybody was afraid that Boomer, or now Bartowolf, was going to be traumatized. Bartowolf didn't really give a shit. But yay, you guys met some wolf hunters, and they threatened to take your dire wolf when you weren't looking, so enjoy that. You all got a good rest, got some good sleep, and then the next morning you guys had breakfast and you went to the church. You figured out from the signposts everywhere where certain shops were, but you knew you needed to go to the church first. So you guys got to the church, and Lana and Sam were pulled away by Father Lucian there, and he spoke to the two of you about how the sacred relic or artifact that protected the church had gone missing. A young boy tried to say that he thought another kid had taken it, the gravedigger, whose name is Milov, but Father Lucian wasn't so sure about that. You guys asked if there was room at the orphanage for Freak and Myrtle, and while yes, there was, Father Lucian didn't exactly feel comfortable having you guys take the kids there, so he offered to let the kids stay at the church, and he said he was going to give them work to do, he would pay them, and then maybe after everything is settled at the orphanage, you guys could bring them there. He did say there was rumors coming out of there, and you noticed there was a bruise on the boy's arm. The boy didn't know how it got there, and he did mention how a lot of them come up with bruises lately. But he didn't really think anything of it. So because the church wasn't as safe as everyone thought, Irina is still with you guys. You guys walked all the way across town to get to the orphanage, and now here we are. We will be starting tonight at the orphanage.
Did we actually make it to the orphanage, or did we just decide to go there first? I don't remember taking the trip there.
Yeah,
And I never
we
finished
stopped
listening
at
to the last section, so...
we stopped at the orphanage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had to go because I had a phone call from someone I hadn't talked to in like 2 years. So,
Oh, that's fine.
yeah. Well, no, that's why I'm saying you guys would know better than me at this point.
So you guys approach a very large, what appears to be a manor. You can hear on the inside, it sounds like a mixture of joyful laughing and chaotic screaming.
Kids playing, basically.
Yes. And you can hear an older woman's voice saying something about calming down, but it doesn't seem like any of the kids are listening. So.
Gotcha.
I leave it up to you.
Well, I suppose we announce ourselves, knock on the door, what's so on, and see if we can talk to somebody in charge.
Lana nods in agreement. And as we wait in silence for a good 2 or 3 minutes, she notices that she starts to feel a little uncomfortable waiting. And as she lets out a huff and she says, I guess I'll knock. And she walks up the stairs and...
Oh, I thought I did. Never mind.
I was going to say, I was getting ready to talk, and... So, doesn't matter who knocks on the door. But you knock on the
Lana
door.
knocked.
And say, you guys knock at the door. And you can hear huffing getting closer and closer to the door before this older woman, probably in about her 50s, opens the door, and she stands and her spine is very straight and her hands are clasped together in front of her after she releases the doorknob, and she looks at all of you with a very disapproving frown. And what do you want?
We were wondering if you had room at the orphanage.
There's enough room here, yes. Why? I don't see any little ones with you.
Well, right now, we were wondering, first off, if there was a little boy named Milof that came by.
What do you know of Milof?
Oh, the priest from St. Angel asked us to check in on him.
You can see that she doesn't really trust you guys.
Lana is gonna turn towards the Eastmark and Irina and turn back to the old lady, and she says, I'm sorry, but this is a matter of the church, and if I could just please ask kindly and
You watch
with
this old
quickness.
woman put her hand up to stop you. You are very obviously not part of the church. If you were sent by Father Lucian, I would need some confirmation.
Not the Dawn Father's church, but we were
The
sent by Father
All-Father.
Lucian.
The Morning Lord.
Morning Lord. Dawn Father, Morning Lord. Thought, okay.
Whatever.
Not
Anyway. You can hear the children squealing in a nearby room, and you watch her turn her head over her shoulder, and she sighs, and she says, come in. I'll see if anyone's taking visitors today. And she turns on her heel and moves into another room, but allows you all to come in.
As we start walking, can I do a insight check on the old lady?
Yeah?
Fuck yeah, nat 20.
She's being completely and totally truthful.
Well, I also... the crabbiness.
She's an old lady of she's a headmistress of an orphanage.
I know. I wanted to make sure it was human flavored and not supernatural flavored.
It's human flavored.
Okay. Lana, as she walks through the hallway to go into the room with the mistress, she furrows her brow in confusion. She looks to Sam and she says, I mean, I've heard of orphanages before, but I've never seen one in person. Do they always look so... oh, I don't know. And she just looks around. She kind of looks a little perturbed. And
sure
she...
quite yet.
Huh?
I said not sure. Do they always look so what?
Oh, well, run... Seems
Run
like these
down?
kids have run this place ragged. Poor lady seems like she might need a little help with
Yes,
the
actually,
kids?
that is very standard for orphanages. Very standard for orphanages.
And this mistress, does she actually really love and care for these children?
I don't know. I mean, you're having this conversation in front of the lady, too, which is also, technically by human standards, very rude.
Yes, and you can tell that this lady is getting quite irritated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've never been to an orphanage before.
Then you know nothing. It'd
It's
be
a very
wise to
difficult
stay
position to be in.
quiet. I care for these
Taking
children. If it wasn't for me, they would not have food. They would not have clothing. They would not have beds to sleep in. I take care of everything.
That seems like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and the older children help me with it.
Oh, well, that's good.
So, I believe you should learn to stay quiet if you have nothing nice to say.
I was just
No?
making an
Shh. Quiet. As you guys walk into the orphanage, the front hallway is wood paneled and dimly lit. The wooden floors are old and worn, and the steps of the main staircase sag with age. To your left, there's a large pile of children's shoes on the floor. Very obvious that at least the children know take your shoes off when you come in the house. As you move to where the headmistress is, you see that behind her, this is the orphanage's living area. You see little blurs going by as two boys are running around and playing a game of tag, chasing each other around the furniture. You can see an older girl and a small boy, probably around 5 or 6, sitting next to her as she's reading him a book in front of the fireplace. You can hear chatter and laughter from a side of the room that you can't see of two young girls. Next to the old woman is a slightly older boy, probably 13, and he's watching all the kids with a smile. He's making sure nobody's getting hurt. It's very obvious that this is the room where all of the children congregate and play, and they all have fun.
Got it.
character. Is that Aaron Yeager? Is that his name? From
No.
Attack on
Aaron?
Titan?
Aaron Yeager?
Is that his name? From Attack on Titan?
That's his name, but that
Yes.
is not him, no.
And then the
One who
kid from
kills kids.
Terminator?
John Connor?
This one.
I don't know. No. The picture I have has him in, like, medieval peasant clothing, so.
Definitely could be
that
Aaron.
looks so much. Oh, that does look like Aaron Yeager. Wait a minute, this guy.
Oh god, that does.
I didn't realize this was going to delve into who do my NPCs look like.
Sorry.
Eggs, okay?
What?
I like the Easter eggs.
They're not Easter eggs, though.
I know.
They're just random NPCs.
That makes me sad. Anywho. Since Lana was told to be quiet, she just stands against the wall with her arms crossed, leaning back, watching the kids.
Ooh. It was almost food abuse. But yeah, no. I'll just, as far as the orphanage lady goes, we heard from what was the priest's name again?
Lucian.
Father Lucian, that some of the boys have been bruised up lately. And there have been some rumors floating around town about weird things happening here at the orphanage. Honestly, we'd like to help if we can.
You watch as when you mention hearing about bruises on the children, you watch her stiffen a little bit. And then you talk about hearing rumors, and you watch her relax and wave her hand dismissively. What happened with Cedric was an accident. The children like to make up these tales about something that did something to him. Nobody knows what it was. An accident. But other than that, the bruising, children will be children.
What happened to Cedric, if you don't mind me asking?
You watch her turn and she looks at you. He fell. Hit his head on a rock.
I would like an insight check as to all of her fun, this whole conversation here.
Okay.
Why did I roll advantage? Because I had a click.
Disadvantage.
Because I had a click.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Both roll fast.
I was gonna say,
well,
if it's disadvantage,
if you want me, I'll re-roll it.
No, I can just take the lowest one, which is the 17.
Now I have to get used to actually having to click this stuff.
You can see and feel, from the most part, she's telling the truth. When it comes to what she says about the boy's death, you can see that most of her believes it was an accident. But there's this small part, like this weird glint in her eye that says maybe it wasn't. And when the children hear about Cedric, you kind of watch as everything slows to a stop. And they all kind of gather and look out at you all. The boy next to the headmistress turns. Are you here to figure out what happened to Cedric?
Well, if there's something weird going on here at the orphanage, we certainly don't want to put the kids that we found abandoned here while there's something that might hurt them, so we'd like to try to help figure it out and stop it if it's really something that's hurting the kids and not someone.
You watch as this boy looks at the headmistress, and he has this pleading look in his eyes, and you watch her put a finger to her lips, and she shakes her head. I need to teach you all better not to talk to strangers.
While you are absolutely correct about that in principle, I would like to point out that we could actually help if there is a problem like that going on here. And in this one case, I would say that inclination is wrong. But normally, and I look at the kid, I said, normally what she's telling you is very good advice. You shouldn't just always talk to strangers and assume that they have your best interests at heart. But at this point, we actually want to try to fix a problem because we have children we want to leave here.
You watch the boy look at the headmistress, and then he looks at you, and she sighs. have some paperwork to get if there's going to be 2 new faces here. If you must, you all can explain what you think happened.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you watch the headmistress kind of pushes past all of you and goes into a different room.
As the conversation was going, you can see that Lana was starting to look very tight and rigid, and by the time the headmistress left, Lana started looking a little more pinkish in color. And when she leaves, Lana lets out a sigh of relief, and she says, "She reminds me of the eldest priestess." And she
Is
turns
that a good
to
thing or a bad thing?
she turns to Sam when he asks that, and she says, "A bit of both. I feel like as a human, she has more faults,
You feel
especially
like what?
one that's not guided by a god."
See, while she's not here, I'll try to explain this as best as I can, because it's kind of, like I said, rude to ask those questions when you're right in front of people, like to question somebody about what they do with their job and so on. Sometimes it's right, but it's still considered rude. What happens is these kids, orphanages, are for all the children that nobody wants or have no families. So either their parents are dead or they were abandoned for whatever reason here. And someone has to take care of them. Now that someone doesn't get paid a lot to take care of them, so they end up doing a lot at cost, which makes them all usually very bitter, because it's not a position that most people want. Taking care of abandoned, unwanted people or so on, it's draining. And trying to find places where educate all of them, and especially in a place like this where I'm assuming parents disappear at a staggering rate randomly, since this place doesn't have a lively vibe to it. So yeah, she's doing the best she can with very little resources. Is she a good person, good at her job? I don't know, but she's the one doing it.
As Sam talks, Lana sneers, and she looks at the children, and her sneer softens as she looks at each and every one of their faces. And she shakes her head and she says, "In my circle, with my people, there is no giving up of children unless you are chosen. And then you become a priestess. You're given to the temple as a baby. It is a sacred rite. To have this, it's an abomination."
Your circle, your people. I'm guessing you come from a what I would consider a smaller tribe of people. 100, maybe 2 tops. Not a large city like this is, where you have thousands of people living under or in one place. Would I be correct?
We have a handful of tribes on the mountain.
Okay, a handful of tribes on the mountain. Each tribe is what? Like I said, between 100 200 people strong?
He shrugs.
Okay. If you don't know, I mean, you say that you're not used to this city, and I'm watching you look at everything, so I'm assuming all of these people, places, and things packed into these walls all tight like this is something new to you. When you
She
have
nods.
thousands of people living in close quarters like this, inevitably you have children that go without families for whatever reason or another. Their parents, and in this place especially, their parents are likely to have been killed randomly while going about their day and performing their daily routines and tasks. And if their parents are killed, who takes care of them? In your tribe, how would that work? I mean, you say the children aren't abandoned unless they're chosen for the priesthood, but what happens if parents are killed and children are left without parents
The village
and they
takes
have no
care of
other
them.
family? I'm sorry?
The village takes care of them.
And this is a large scale version of the village takes care of the children, because it's impossible for everybody to try to take care of them, so they donate monies to a place where they can all go and someone has to be in charge of them. This is like I said, the large scale version of the village takes care of the kids.
But you say that these children are not wanted. All children should be wanted.
I agree, but in some cases they may not be wanted by other people. For example, if their parents are no longer with us, someone else might not be able to afford to take them. They might not feel good about it, but it would make them technically unwanted by
You
other people.
you hear a very small girl look up at you guys as you're talking. My papa was sick. Mama, she was trying to come here, and the 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 the, the wolves attacked.
See?
I came here all alone.
Primrose looks at the girl sadly and then looks back at the two and just...
Is that Elden Ring I hear in the background?
No.
Motherfuckers.
But, and she kind of just makes a small fanning out gesture and says, "This is why I believe that people who take care of children who have nowhere else to go could be considered saints. If these children don't have anywhere else to go, and this woman is taking her time and taking some of the town's funds to care for and raise these children as best as she can, then I believe that is commendable and honorable, at least in my eyes. There were no orphans or unwanted children where I come from, but I have seen many in the years I've spent outside. And I think anyone with a big enough heart and enough means to provide for these children should do it. And
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yes, I'm glad you agree with me. And when they do, that is almost honorable. They're
Lana,
doing the thing that nobody else wanted to.
Lana
The thing is
turns
this.
to Primrose and says, "You believe that they bring these kids in out of love?"
I mean, they're not being forced. They're doing it out of care and empathy and kindness.
Lana
If they
blinks.
didn't want to, they wouldn't.
You hear one of the older children, Mrs. And you see her hesitate for a minute. Mrs. Blesko isn't bad. She just... She's very strict.
Well, I suppose some people are like
But
that.
she does care. If she didn't, we wouldn't have any place else to go.
Exactly. I mean, some conditions might not be ideal, but at least it's somewhere, something someone
Yep.
that has the ability to take you in. I mean, yeah.
Lana's gonna lean down to the girl and she'll say, do you like being here? Is it safe? Do you feel loved? Is it okay?
You watch this girl's expression kind of shift a little bit. I've been here since I was little. We all call her Mrs. Witch, and she kind of puts her hand to kind of like lean over and act like she's going to tell a secret. And occasionally we tell the little ones that she eats children for her dinner. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't know how to read. I wouldn't know how to count money. She does care. She's just
Good.
strict. That's all. It's then that you hear a door open and you watch all the kids' heads in unison turn into this direction. From out the door comes an older boy, and he starts walking towards the children. And you see he has a piece of bread in his hand. He looks at the kids and he offers them a smile, and you see them kind of step back, like they're trying to make sure they stay out of his way. And he sees all of you, and the grin that he has on his face is odd.
I'm having a really hard time hearing you with whatever that music is in the background.
Eli, mute yourself.
I think it's from Roll20.
Yeah, but if you mute yourself,
It could be. It sounds like the Elden Ring, that's why I asked. There you go. Thank you.
As the boy sees...
I hate telling everybody else to do that.
No, you're fine. As the boy walks by all of you, he has a grin on his face, but it's quite odd, and you're unsure of whether it's good or bad. But you watch him bow his head to all of you, and he looks back over his shoulder at the kids, and then he disappears up the stairs. He doesn't say anything to anybody. He just goes upstairs with his piece of bread.
Okay. So, to what we
Lana,
were here.
Lana looks at the boy. I don't have the spell. And she watches the kids as they seem to be a little scared of him, and she looks at the kids with a question on her face, and she says, "Does he hurt you? Why are you scared of him?"
Oh, Felix, he's just weird. I mean, occasionally he might like pinch us or something like that, but it's not terrible. He hasn't been here for very long. But we just try to stay out of his way.
So, what happened with the other boy? Was it Cedric?
Cedric?
Is
Oh,
that the name of the kid?
the one that died?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Phew. Thought I was remembering it wrong.
They all look at each other. And then this boy looks up at you all.
I didn't see.
Yeah, I can't quite see either. It's all covered by other stuff.
This one.
The one next to me?
Yes.
Uncovered.
Okay.
Thing didn't die, did it? No, okay.
The boy looks up at you all. And he says, Cedric did fall. But Felix was with him, and we don't know if he was pushed, but he picked something up after Cedric fell.
And who's Felix?
The boy that just went past you guys.
Okay.
You said something about the boy who worked at the church. Were you talking about Milov?
Yes.
Yes. Is he here?
Yeah, he's been really sick. Mrs. Blisco has him quarantined right now.
What's wrong with him?
We don't know. He started coughing and now he can't seem to wake up anymore.
Crap. I don't think
Can
I
you
have
bring
any.
us to his room?
You watch and the kids suddenly kind of like take a step back.
Oh,
Are you really here to help, or are you just gonna make it worse?
we're here to
would
try
like
to help. Hey, Lana, perhaps divine sense would be useful now. If the relics are within the grounds of the orphanage, like the other child thinks they might be, you'd probably be able to sense them.
That's what I was looking for. Okay. I
Divine
wanted to
sense
use...
isn't a spell.
Yeah, I saw. Okay. I am going to use Divine Sense to detect good and evil. I can sense anything affected by the spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Oh, only 60 feet? How long does the spell last?
Is not... Just says one action. It doesn't say how long.
Oh, so it's just it's a radar ping. Okay.
Yeah, it's a radar ping.
I was hoping it had a minute's duration at least, so we could walk around the orphanage with it, but it is a...
I mean, she does
60
have
feet.
5 uses of divine sense right now. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. So we can go outside all the kids' rooms and know what we need to know. Okay, good.
Yeah.
5 uses. That's
You can use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier. When you finish a long rest, you regain all expended uses.
nice.
I get 60 feet.
Yeah.
So I get at least...
Well, Felix should be in range still.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So I'm casting it.
I
I
am
already marked it off.
I need to see if... I don't know if I have... I don't have the right stuff for this yet, I don't think.
You sense the unstable aura of what might be a fiend, but it feels like you sense it in multiple places. You know one is close, right here, in this room.
Worried about that? Okay.
Which room?
The one we're in.
No, this room.
Oh, okay.
Which kid is infected with demon shit?
This room up here.
Let me guess, that's me, love. And fiend, I get the fiend feeling in multiple places.
Yeah, but you can't tell where the rest of it's coming from. Where you currently feel it is right here.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm not on the map. I'm actually looking at my character sheet. Okay, that room. I just saw you ping. That's Milov's room?
That's the quarantine
But we
room.
don't know.
That might be fixable. That might be very, very fixable.
Lana closes her eyes and she takes a deep breath as she takes what she knows to be true in her heart, and she reaches out with her mind to detect what might be causing harm to these children. And she has such a strong sense of righteousness, of wanting to help these children. And when she senses this, she looks in that direction, and she opens her eyes and looks in that direction, and she says, "Is Milof's room that way?"
You watch the kids, and they look at you like you're a freak. Yes.
Lana gives a curt nod, and then she walks out of the room, and she says, "Headmistress, Mistress..." Oh shoot! What did the kids call her? Witch, Mistress Witch.
No. Stop
What?
panicking.
I'm not
Witches,
panicking.
the urgency in your voice, number one. Number two, you don't. Witch is an insult, not a not a name.
What's her name? Blasco. Mrs. Blasco.
That's it.
When the mistress...
You watch. Sorry, I was muted. You hear one door shut and it close, and then you hear another door open and close. And you see the headmistress pop out from behind Irina. What is all the yelling for? There's no reason for this.
I'm sorry, mistress. I didn't know which room you were in.
It's called knock and look for my door. I was in my office.
I didn't want to end up in the wrong room, just in case.
The children know where it's at. I'm sure they would have taken you there.
I'm sorry. But, we need to get into the quarantine room.
And why do you need to do that?
She walks up to the mistress, and she pulls her aside, and she says, "I may not believe in your Dawn Father."
Who is the Dawn Father?
Oh, what is it?
That
What
was
is
my
this
bad.
name?
Morning Lord is what you're supposed
Morning
to say.
Lord. My bad.
That's me lore swapping and carrying it over. My apologies on even saying it.
I may not believe in your Morning Lord, but I am a priestess to my own goddess.
You watch her as she kind of takes a step back from you, and where you've touched her, she kind of brushes it off. She clasps her hands in front of her and she looks up at you. We don't get many heathens here.
There's something not right here.
There's something not right everywhere.
She points towards where she felt the sense. I am telling you, we need to get in there and help whatever is in there. You should take the children elsewhere.
There is no elsewhere.
Go to the church.
No, that's too far for all of the children to go.
Lana, I know you've asked me to help you with this on numerous occasions. So I'm going to go with this, and please forgive me. What was the lady's name again? Blasco?
Blesco.
Miss Blasco, please forgive me. My friend here has asked me to try to help her understand the way that we do things in human culture, so I'm going to take the opportunity to try this.
Okay.
We are actually a cleric and paladin of our faiths.
Oh.
We have magic. There's something evil in here. We need to fix it. Right now, it's located in that room. At least part of it.
You watch as her brow kind of furrows a bit as she looks both of you up and down.
Lana looks very worried, and she nods in agreement with Sam, and she says, "He said it better."
She looks
yes.
both of you up and down. And she looks at you, Sam. I knew there was something wrong with that boy. Fine. I will keep the children in the living area. And if I can't keep them there, I will take them out back.
Thank you.
You have access to whatever rooms you need. If you need something in my office, you can grab it, but please put it back. I do prefer to keep a tidy house.
Of course. My older sister would love you.
And you watch as that disapproving frown that she's had on the entire time you guys have been here, it almost looks difficult at first, but the corners do turn up a bit, and you hear her laugh. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
And
we'll let you know as soon as we know anything.
Thank you. She walks past all of you, and she huddles the children, and you guys hear her mention, how about we go outside? And all the kids just hoop and holler and scream and yell, and you can hear the stampede of their footsteps running out of the house to the back.
And then Sam, while this is going on, Sam will turn to Lana. You have to, when it comes to people, you've got to explain more, not less. Just telling them that you need to do something isn't good enough for most people. They don't know you, they don't know your God, and they don't know where you come from. So they're not going to necessarily just agree to anything that you tell them you need to do just because you said so. So explaining who you are, and you noticed we got what we needed done once she knew that we were actually people of faith. And by telling her you're a priestess doesn't necessarily mean you have the ability or knowledge to know when something is wrong. But a cleric and a paladin, those words mean something to people.
I didn't know that there would be a difference. I will try to remember that.
It's a small difference, but it's a difference. And you'll get people reacting a lot better to you if you just take what they are going through into consideration. We'll get you accommodated to us Flatlanders eventually. Besides, we make it out of here, you should come by my family's place with everybody else. It'll be a party. You'll get plenty of people who won't mind no matter what you say or do.
Lana gives a sort of assured nod. She's not entirely sure if she should trust it, but she's going to nod anyway.
I know we can be weird ones, but hey, we like everybody unless you give us reason not to.
At the mention of a party, Primrose just like shoots up because like she was just kind of looking around, letting them have their private conversation until she heard the word party, and she looked right at Sam, and her eyes were like sparkling. She was like, "A party with humans?" I
mean, yes, we're definitely humans. I think my sister might have a boyfriend who's an elf right now, but hey.
An elf?
I mean, yeah, we don't really care.
Family is fine with species or race mixing?
I mean, sure, why not?
Ooh.
My family's weird.
I've never been to a human party before. Or
can we get back to the fiend in tow here?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
It's a fiend, by the way.
Is it a fiend or is it demonic influence? Is the boy like? Can you tell if the boy is? Well, we'll have to see him to make sure for sure.
There's fiend energy. That's all I know.
I hope he's not possessed.
Well, no time like the present to know. And she goes and she opens
I was
the
gonna
door
say,
to the.
Irina has already started going in, and
Excellent.
Ismark just kind of stays out. He's gonna watch for anything weird happening.
Excellent.
You guys walk in, and it's very obviously where you are at is Blasco's, like, bedroom quarters type thing. You first walk in, and there's another door. There's a door straight in front of you. There is a door to your right. On the door on the right, there is a large plaque that says Headmistress Claudia Blasco. To your left, you see the bedroom, and you can hear the very shallow breaths of someone inside. The room smells like mothballs, and the bed is covered with a crocheted quilt, and there's a framed doily that's hanging on the wall above the bed.
Yep, she's definitely like the head priestess.
You can see on the floor that she hasn't been able to clean up a whole lot. There's some dirt on the floor, and there's a shovel propped up against the wall. A sickly young man sleeps fitfully. He's covered in sweat from fever and has blood mixed with bile on his lips. His pallor is yellow-tinged and deathly pale.
Lana starts walking up and she says, Milov? Are you Milov?
He says nothing.
She continues to walk towards him, and when she gets close enough to him to see him, and she sees the blood and bile, she puts a hand to his forehead.
He has a very high fever.
She tries to cast Cure Wounds.
You go to cast Cure Wounds, and nothing happens.
Yeah, that doesn't. You need Cure Disease for that stuff.
Right, but as Lana is, she is going to try what she has. When she feels that it doesn't work, her brow furrows and she turns to see if Sam has come in yet. And when she sees Irina, she says, my abilities are not working. Well, it's not working for this. We need something else.
Which one did you try?
I tried Cure Wounds.
Okay. I'm going to try Protection from Good and Evil. As in Protection from Evil.
If you guys would like, you could also roll me an Arcana or a Medicine check to see what kind of condition he has.
I'll
good with
try.
10, we're genius.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Is the bad rolling starting already, Tanya?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it's just starting, because this is not the first time. Ooh, we all did kind of crappy there.
I'll visit a bad roll.
You said nature or arcana?
I said Arcana or Medicine.
Arcana.
Medicine.
Come on, coming clutch, Came in clutch.
Liliana got a 22.
Nice.
So Liliana, you approach the bed that this boy is laying on, and you realize that his condition is both magical in nature and non-contagious. You also... The aura that Lana says that she feels, it's almost like you can smell death coming from this boy. But he's not dead. He's obviously breathing.
So guys, good news or bad news first?
Bad news.
Bad news.
Okay, well, do you want bad news where Primrose can't
Oh,
hear?
just tell us what's up.
Just tell us.
Okay, and she's gonna walk over to Primrose and like cover her ears, and she's gonna be like, well, first he smells like death, like death, like oh stench. Ugh. Okay, then she takes her hands off of Rose's ears, and as like, second, he's like, it's like magic. It's like some sort of magic affecting him. I'm affected by magic. Jesus Christ. And the good news is that it is not contagious.
So the only good news is that we're not getting sick.
Yes. Precisely.
Well, we figured it was magical in nature if she sensed fiend energy coming from here. Usually, yeah. So
Protection from fiends should work.
protection from evil should work.
Yeah, but you have to also say what kind of evil.
Fiend.
So, yeah.
I mean, you sensed fiend here, so that makes it real easy. And no, you don't have to pick which one. It is you are protected from all of the ones listed.
Is that what you're casting, Jim?
Yes.
It doesn't work.
The cast fails, or
You cast the spell. It's very obvious that you cast the spell, but your magic fizzles the moment it tries to encase this boy.
interesting.
We need to find that Felix kid. And
We
Lana
need to
starts
find- yeah.
walking off. And she starts checking the rooms.
He'll be outside with the rest. Actually,
Will
if she's
he?
gathered all the children, we should go out there and try and pop your divine sense again and see if we can see who's affected by what. If they're all in one spot, and if one of them is missing, say the Felix kid, then we'll have a very good idea as to who the culprit is without pure guesswork.
Lana is looking in the room as he starts talking.
Well, that's the bathroom.
Is anybody in the bathroom here?
There's nobody in the bathroom. But going into the bathroom and looking around the room, you do see that recently Mrs. Blesko has acquired a few books in an effort to figure out what has been happening in the orphanage. The first book that you see, they're both in the bathroom. Weird. Next to the tub. Is Toxic Parenting, The Hurtful Legacy of Corporal Punishment. The second book that you find is Beyond the Morning Lord's Sight. If you pick up either of these books, you can very obviously read The Toxic Parenting, The Hurtful Legacy of Corporal Punishment. This very obviously talks about several abusive practices in parenting children and their negative effects.
As she picks up the books, she'll skim the table of contents. Seeing the toxic parenting is only talking about that, she places it aside where she found it.
You're going to do that the same thing to the Beyond the Morning Lord's Sight book?
She's going to first look at the table of contents, yes.
Okay, I need you to roll a history check for me. Even though you know that this... Hold on a second. You can very easily see that this book has some Infernal in it, along with another language in it. It's still kind of hard for you to read. And you can't get the gist of everything that's in this book.
I can't even read a few of the words of Infernal to see if there's anything.
Nope.
Because of my role.
Nope.
I have Infernal, Celestial, and Primordial, I believe. Mind
Yeah,
if I
but you're
take a
not
look?
in here.
Oh. You're right. My bad.
Lana looks at it and she gets frustrated and she brings that book out. And she says, I need help making heads or tails of this book.
Why? What's wrong? What's wrong with it?
She thrusts it towards Sam and she says, take a look at it and see if you can understand it.
I need you to roll me a history check, Sam.
That's gonna suck for me.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, I'm not bad at it. That'll do.
Motherfucker!
So, you can see that this book not only includes the barest basics of Abyssal and Infernal, but as you're perusing through it and piecing through it, you can see that most of the information in this book is false. It talks about, it details the basics of demons and demon worship. And as I said, it includes, a lot of it is written in either Abyssal or Infernal.
Yeah, let me double check that.
But what you know of Infernal, you know most of this information to be false. This book was basically written for funsies.
Lana shakes her head and she says, I don't know if Miss Blesko understands Infernal, but if she does, that's a bit concerning, first. Secondly, how'd she make heads or tails out of this? I didn't understand it.
Is it one of those things where the words, the Infernal is trying to do bad things to you?
No. No, it's literally just, it details the basics of demons and demon worship, including the barest basics of Infernal and Abyssal. But you also reveal, with your check, you also reveal that most of the information in this book is false.
Most of the information is false. What about the other book?
The other book, The Toxic Parenting, The Hurtful Legacy of Corporal Punishment, details several abusive practices in parenting and children and their negative effects. It seems like Mrs. Blesko may have been trying to understand who or what has been hurting the children.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of very curious as to why she has a book with Infernal in it and how she's reading it. Yeah, I think going to get everybody and pinging the evil detection, because if it's Mrs. Blesko, that needs to be dealt with.
You hear Irina. You hear Irina go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I'm going to search her office. That might lead something. Does anybody else want to come with me?
I will come.
I'll also come.
I give guidance before everybody goes and does their searches. That's what we've been forgetting to do, is giving our D4s before our skill checks.
Yeah. I will stay by the boy.
Irina just kind of pushes past everybody and opens the door with the big plaque that says Headmistress Claudia Blesko on it.
I mean, right now I'm inclined to think that this is potentially accidental on her part, but I would hope it wasn't intentional.
As you enter the office, it appears to be relatively modest. It features a desk set in front of an aged fireplace. There are bookshelves lining the north wall, and it appears to contain mostly official documents and volumes. Irina moves to the desk, and she's looking over the papers that are on the desk.
Lana's going to search the shelves to see if she sees anything.
Okay. Roll an investigation for me.
Guidance for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I get a +4
I'll
to
help
that.
everybody work as well. 1d4, yes.
Plus.
So 18.
I apologize. I'm counting my own roll.
There's that.
3 is
Where are the regular... How do I... Oh, there we go. Dice.
a 14.
So a 15.
15. Primrose, did you roll? Or did you want to roll?
And don't forget we have to pick another spot that's about 60 feet away from where we were
Could you repeat that last
to
thing?
attempt to find our missing relics.
Did you
Investigation.
Did you want to roll an investigation check?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll mine, and I'm gonna roll yours for you yourself.
I'm not in that room, am I?
No.
No,
You said you were staying
Liliana's.
behind.
Yeah.
So
So roll a d4 because you have guidance.
I keep forgetting that I have.
It's
guidance.
okay. That's why I'm reminding you. So
Well, I have
15.
to give it to you individually every time we do something, so a lot of that's my fault for forgetting to give it.
So 15, 18. Irina got 19 plus 3 is 21.
Go, Irina.
Sam, what were you rolling for?
Investigation.
Are you in the
I'm looking
office
for
too?
anything. I'm looking for anything out of the ordinary, tapping walls, the usual adventure stuff.
Yeah. So in the room that you're currently in, there are no false walls. There's nothing odd. You can hear Milov kind of rustling in the sheets and blanket that he's covered in. He's very, very restless, and he sounds like he's in pain.
Yeah, I've never seen a protection spell fizzle like that, so... Yeah.
Lana.
Mm-hmm.
Looking on the bookshelf, you see that it contains volumes chronicling the many residents of the orphanage over the years. Within the most recent journal that you can see and pick up, you open it to some of the most recent pages, and there's a report documenting that Felix's parents were both brutally murdered and the killer was never caught.
Okay. That means... Yeah, okay.
Irina, as she's searching the desk, looking through the papers, looking through drawers, she moves to the other side of the desk and opens the first drawer, and she finds an old, rusted tin locket in the shape of a circle with an X scratched onto the lid. It hangs on an old chain, and on the inside, as she opens it, there's an inscription that she can't read. And she looks at you, Lana. She kind of slowly walks over, and I can't read this. Maybe you can.
Lana looks at it to see if she understands the language it's in.
Well, let's see. Let's do a history check to see if you can figure out what language it's in.
Should have saved my roll. Damn.
You have no idea what language this is in.
I have inspiration.
Okay.
I'm gonna use it to re-roll.
Okay.
History, right?
Mhm.
That wasn't any better!
I mean, it was technically better.
Yeah, it was technically better, but you have no idea what the
Only
language
technically.
is. Zero idea.
Shrugs, and she shakes her head. You might want to bring it out to Sam. He might know.
And that's what Irina will do. You said,
What are we looking at? She was on the other side of the room, looking at other things.
Oh, I found a locket, and I thought maybe Lana might know the language.
Oh, can I see if I know?
Mm-hmm. And Irina will come over and she'll offer you the locket for a moment.
History roll, right?
Yep, history check.
At 20.
There you go.
Nah.
Primrose, you know the language is Celestial,
Oh,
but you don't speak Celestial. So you can't actually read it, but you know that it's written in Celestial.
Oh, I've read something similar. I've read a language similar to this one. I can't speak it myself, but I used to know a few people who could. This is Celestial, I believe. I don't speak it myself, but I can certainly recognize it when I see it.
Oh.
And she hands it back to Irina carefully.
Oh, okay, and she carefully takes it back. I'll go ask Sam if he knows. And she
Right.
turns on her heel and she marches out of the office door and she kind of taps you on the shoulder, Sam. I've been told there's Celestial in this locket. Can you read it?
Oh, yes.
Wonderful. Sam, she hands you the locket. And again, you see that there is a locket in the shape of a circle, and there's an X scratched on the lid. You see the chain is really, really old that it's hanging on. And on the inside is it's engraved with an inscription that reads, "Let darkness hide from the gaze of the light."
Darkness hide from the gaze of the light.
Yes.
That doesn't sound good. I'd like to examine the locket further.
Okay. What exactly are you wanting to do?
What's in it? Open it.
That is opening
It's
it. That's the inside of the locket.
Okay. Is the symbol a religious symbol of any sort? The circle with the slash?
It doesn't look like it, no.
Is it like, or say, I shouldn't just say religious. I should say, like demonic religion. Like, is it potentially bad guy shit? I mean, darkness hide from the gaze of the light is a...
Any symbol of significance?
Thank you.
The X on it looks recent. The scratched X on this circular tin locket looks recent, like it was done within the last few months.
Okay. So yeah, I'll let Lana know what we found as far as the translation of the inscription. Let darkness hide from the gaze of the light. That's ominous.
Since Lana can't find anything else in this room. Well, actually, can I roll another investigation to see if I can find a trapdoor or something?
You're more than welcome to try.
Take a guidance.
That's not gonna matter.
It's not gonna matter. She got a nat 1. That ain't gonna matter.
Oh, yeah, no, you found your feet.
Yep. You see that there are still a lot of books, and that looks like a lot of work that this Miss Blesko has been doing.
Lana just shakes her head and looks very worried as she starts to walk back into the room where Liliana and Sam are. And she says, "Did you make out what's on the locket?"
Yep. It says, "Let the darkness forever hide from the gaze of the light."
That sounds very odd. You know, for a mistress who gave us free reign, she didn't seem all that worried about us finding anything out of the ordinary.
She might not know what it means. Not everybody speaks multiple languages. Most people just speak common.
Well, how do you learn anything if you just know common?
Yeah, that's the problem. Most common folk don't.
Lana's eyes go wide.
I was about to
They
say,
only need enough. They only need enough knowledge to work the fields and take in the crops. Like, they don't. Higher education beyond survival is not necessarily a thing that most peasants have access to, or most common folk have access to.
Irina kind of looks at Lana. Not everyone was a chosen one, as you like to put it.
Being chosen isn't all it's cracked up to be sometimes.
Well, you make it seem like it is. So, are we still gonna go outside and do your weird thing?
I mean, we should make sure everybody. Hopefully, everybody will be all in one place, and we can make sure everybody is, or the rest of the staff and the residents are clean, metaphysically speaking.
The
And then we
Felix
have to finish
boy.
going through the rest of the place.
I
Yeah, I
forgot
think I
to
agree with you.
mention the Felix boy. He seems to run into bad things. First with this Cedric kid that we found out. But the reason why he's here is because his parents were brutally murdered.
And nobody caught the murderers. Yeah, that does not bode well for Felix.
That sounds like an unlucky child.
Or somebody who's been influenced by fiends.
Or
But
that.
I'm not willing to condemn the boy until we prove it. Do I think it's likely? Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. But we still need proof before I'm going to go accusing anybody of anything.
Lana looks to Sam and she says, "Well, since the mistress took a liking to you, since you know how to speak to her, show her that locket and ask her. Ask her about the book too."
Oh, I'm planning on it. Like I said, she might not know what she has. Not everybody is literate fully either. So words are words.
Lana starts to walk out towards where the children are.
Irina just kind of looks at Sam and then at Primrose, and she just shrugs her shoulders and follows.
Yep. Same.
You guys come outside to this little backyard area, and you can see that there are, like, how do I put this? There are what look like just wood piles, but they've been made to have steps on them, and the kids are climbing on them and they're jumping off, and there's a well that a couple kids are pulling the bucket up and they're playing with the water in the well. The oldest The eldest girl and the headmistress are sitting next to one another, and they're watching the younger children. And the older boy is making sure the younger children aren't hurting themselves. Everybody seems to be having a good time.
Excellent. Oh, by the way, before I did come out, I did put all the stuff back where we found it in the office.
Okay.
Yeah, everything but the book and the locket that Sam
No,
has.
even the locket. I'm gonna put because the locket was in her office. I'm just gonna ask her about it. I don't need to drag it out there to frickin' shove it in her face. But the books were in the bathroom. Those I'll bring out.
Okay.
Because if she doesn't know what's going on and she's that particular about her office, I don't want to just go grabbing crap out of her office because that's a good way to piss people off.
You
And
said
we're
we
gonna leave
had
kids
free
here.
reign.
Free reign to look and make sure we put stuff back if we needed things. We don't need to take, I know I'm a little bit soft on people for somebody who likes to, who follows
Well,
a path.
there's an X on the locket that is more recent.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we just need to ask her about it. Don't need to,
Here's an
drag it out.
example. Here's an example. The kids might not know about this locket,
Yeah.
and she's
They
sitting
might
right
be
next to one of the kids.
Lana's just walking out, and she leans against the building with her arms crossed.
Don't worry, Lana. I know it's frustrating, and people are very frustrating because you have to care about how they feel with everything you do. And in this case, it's better not to be a blunt instrument as much as I would love to be.
Lana just shrugs. She says, "You know the way. You take care of it. I will just stand back and watch."
Okay, so I go up to the headmistress and the kid and say, "Okay, can we speak for a minute?" And I, give the side eye to the kid as in, not in front of the kids.
You watch as they finish talking, and it's very obvious they're talking about something private because the moment they see you guys come outside, the girl kind of quiets a little bit. The headmistress looks at the girl, and she places a hand on the girl's shoulder. And she stands up and looks to the older boy. You all stay out here. Don't hurt each other. I'll be right back. She clasps her hands in front of her, and she looks at you, Sam, and she nods. We can go to my office.
Okay. Thank you.
And she'll walk ahead of you, and whoever follows, she will lead you all to her office.
Lana will ask, "Are the kids okay out here alone?"
They will be fine.
Leaves. She nods and follows.
And I say, you standing there looking out at the backyard, you see that there is a fairly high fence. None of the kids are taller than the fence. There are trees and bushes, and there's plenty of shade. But there's also sun. The kids are all playing around. It's pretty safe in there.
Good.
Can Prim still, just stay outside? Or at least, in the doorway?
She can stay wherever she wants to.
She's just
Pretty much.
Yep. She can stay outside if she wants to make sure the kids are okay. I'm sure one of the little ones will run up to her and try to get her to come play with them.
She will happily oblige.
Okay.
She will start climbing those wood piles like she is a 7-year-old.
Okay. Liliana, you can see Irina, Lana, and Sam following the headmistress into her office. When you guys get to her office, She instantly looks around and she sees a book that's not supposed to be in her room, in her office. She sees a couple of papers out of place, and you watch her fix everything, and she sees that drawers were open. So she moves to the drawer where she had originally had the locket, and she opens it, and she pulls it out, and she places it on her desk.
Wait, where is she again?
In her office.
It's right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I suppose this is what you're here about.
One
That's
of
why
the
you've
things,
called
yes.
me. Well, what's the other?
The book in the bathroom.
Which book? I have a few there.
What was the title of that one again? Not the toxic parenting one, the other one.
Beyond the Morning Lord's Sight.
Beyond the Morning Lord's Sight.
You watch her take a deep breath, and she slowly exhales. I told you, I knew there was something wrong with that boy.
Which one?
Oh, are you not talking about Felix?
Oh, just making sure we're talking about the same person.
Yes. He came here, I should say, only about 3 months ago. His parents had been murdered. He was completely soaked in blood when he arrived. When he first got here, he was a very scared and very timid boy. But something happened. It was like a switch went off. And strange things started to happen. First, it's the night terrors, and those have only gotten worse. There's the bruises, the open wounds that are instantly festering when the children wake. There were runes carved on Cedric's bed after he passed. And they had been carved there before he died. Runes that I thought maybe I would find in that book. I didn't. I only wanted to understand the boy. See what happened.
Which is why we didn't want to drag it. Which is why I wanted to talk to you privately.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the locket. What about that?
It was something that Felix had with him. Until Cedric passed. He had picked it up because it was next to Cedric's body, and I took it from him. Cedric's only been gone a week.
Which room was Cedric's? And do you have his belongings left over? I'd like to examine the runes on the bed and anything else Cedric may have left behind, too.
Well, his belongings we have already gotten rid of.
Okay.
But his bed is in the attic. I didn't want any of the other children noticing, so I had a new bed made. I had a new bed frame made.
Okay.
It's up in the attic. The stairs will lead you up there.
And yeah, we think there might be something wrong with that boy. Also, the illness is not contagious. It is magic.
Thank the Morning Lord.
For small favors, yeah.
I was so worried that the little ones, I've got very small ones, 2, 3 years old. I was very worried that they would get sick.
No, it's non-contagious. It's magical in origin.
Though I do feel bad for Milov, I am thankful.
I understand.
When this conversation happens, you can see Lana shift uncomfortably. And you hear her kind of sniffle as she hears the relief in the Claudia's voice. And she says, well, we might as well go check the bed frame. The attic. Which staircase?
That'll be a good place. That'll be a good place to ping senses as well.
It'll be the staircase to go upstairs.
She bows to the headmistress and she starts to walk out and walk upstairs.
Is Felix outside with everybody else before we head up there? I asked the headmistress.
No, Felix, especially if I'm there, he will not be with the other children.
Where is he, do you mean?
He likes to wait until the children are alone to do things. And then he'll try to say that he didn't do something. And all of the other children say he did, and it's... The boy is strange.
What does he try to do to the other children?
Oh, he's done many things to the other children. Cedric, before he passed, he had... And you watch her bring up her hands and she uses air quotes. Accidentally stabbed him in the leg with a fork. At dinner.
Mm-hmm.
He likes knives a lot, too.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to know where he is at the moment, would you?
I have no idea. I apologize, but I have to keep a closer eye on the other ones. Just to make sure that they're going to be okay. Speaking of which, I should probably get back to them. I don't want to risk him.
We'll take care of it.
Lana, as the headmistress starts to walk out and Lana sees her, she's going to ask her to tell Primrose that we are going up into the attic and that she might need to come.
By the way, before we actually go up there, I want an insight check on the lady's story.
Okay.
I'm going to give myself guidance too, so
that's fine. She looks at you, Lana, and she kind of bows her head to you. I will tell her to head upstairs.
Lana bows. Thank you. And then she's going to walk over to Eastmark and she's going to whisper to Eastmark and say, we might have a fiend on our hands.
Eastmark nods.
You might need to come with us upstairs.
He nods. Fine. The headmistress goes out to the backyard and she's looking at the kids who are just having a blast with Primrose there. Excuse me.
I would like to announce that Primrose is the queen of the woodpile.
Okay. She looks over and she goes, Primrose, your friends need you.
All right. And she kind of crawls down from the woodpile and waves to the children, jumping up and down a little bit, clearly very energized and excited from messing around with them, and says, I've got to go. I promise I'll be back soon enough.
The kids are very obviously upset and sad that you're leaving, but when you promise that you'll be back later, they get really excited and they all wave at you, and you see that the older boy, as I said, he's about 13, 14. He kind of like gives you a very shy and bashful wave. And he goes back to ushering the children.
Rose just kind of sighs and turns to the doorway and is inside before poking her head out again and just going, I pinky promise I'll be back in a few minutes. So don't wait too long for me. And then, so where everyone else is. Where is it? Ah, there we go.
Irina looks at Sam. She goes, I never thought I would be doing so many different things. She snickers.
Are you
and she
enjoying
walks.
yourself?
As she's walking out and snickering, she's like, actually, I am. I've never had this much fun. And she calls
Then
out to
all is well.
she calls out to Liliana. Hey, we're going upstairs. Let's go.
Oh, all right. Okay. Okay.
The upstairs, just so you guys can see me ping it, this is the second floor. And then this is the attic.
Okay.
So you guys will be coming here first.
I feel like this is the death house all over again.
It is not the death house, I promise.
It's just close. No, this is the demon orphanage.
This is the demon house.
Lana is
Hold
going to...
Hold on. As you guys come up the stairs, the second floor hallway has 6 different doors, most of which are left wide open. Only one single door at the north end of the hall is closed. There's a hatch on the ceiling at the southern end of the room, and the hallway's only window on the southern wall is broken and boarded up.
Sound like you're in a true crime podcast.
Yay. I wish. Fuck.
Should we check out the rooms while we're here?
Yeah. I mean, we also might want to ping frickin', I'm assuming the closed, and I'm going to say it in quiet tones. I'm assuming the closed door is Felix. So we may also wish to ping for evil before continuing up to the attic.
This is the closed door. Because I forgot to turn this map around, so currently north is south. This is the ladder that leads to the hatch that goes up into the attic. And these are all the other rooms.
Lana's gonna go to the closed door and try to open it.
So, let me make sure I get this right. You
can stand, actually, if you stand right here, you can get this whole floor.
You
with
open,
a good and evil thing.
You open this door. It's not locked. It's just closed. But you open it and you look inside. There are 2 cribs in there. And there are very small babies in each crib. There's one in each crib.
Do they look like they're alive and breathing?
They're alive and breathing.
Okay.
There are 2 very tiny babies sleeping. And hearing you as you open the door, because you're just, I imagine with Lana, she's just kind of charging in because that's just how
About
Lana
charging
is.
in. No, I didn't. I would just open the door like you would open the door to your room.
Okay.
Sam's not quiet either. He's in
alert.
full swing.
So, I imagine all the noise that is occurring with opening the door, Sam, people coming up the stairs. You watch the babies kind of move. Like the noise kind of rustles their sleep a little bit. So you have to close the door very quietly in order to not wake up these tiny babies.
Towing back and very gently closing the door. And as she turns around, she puts her fingers up to her lips to say quiet, and then she's going to mime sleeping before she makes her way back over. And she looks at them and she says, "You want me to detect it down here?"
I mean, you should be able to sense what's up in the attic as well. And if these are the rooms for the children, if indeed Felix is an issue, he may have something here that you'll be able to detect.
I cast
I mean,
Divine
we could wait.
Sense.
You could also wait until we go up into the attic as well. It really doesn't matter, I don't think.
Well, she's already casting it.
Okay. So you cast Divine Sense, and the aura of the fiend is a little bit stronger, but it still seems a bit further away. It's stronger than when you felt it with Milof, but it's still not like you're not directly at it yet.
Is
But
it
you do-
closer or is it further?
Closer.
It's closer. But you also feel a slight pull of that aura in this room. And this room's door is open.
Which room?
This one.
When Lana opens her eyes, she turns her head and starts to walk into the room.
Okay.
She peeks her head in first.
You walk into the room.
She'll walk in.
And you see that there are 2 beds. And there's a fireplace. And you can tell that one of the bed frames is new.
This used to be Cedric's room. This is the replacement bed.
Can I go through the shelves and the little, what are they called? Chests?
There's a wardrobe and there's a footlocker.
Okay, she wants to go through both of those.
Okay. You're not going to investigate where the presence is?
If she can see it, because I'm not, it doesn't say whether or not this spell is instant or if it stays for a certain amount of time, so I don't know if I'd be able to see it from...
Hold on, it's the same as Detect Good and Evil. Hold on one second, I'll look it up for you.
I think it's 1 minute.
It just says one
action. Be able to walk around with it. That's to cast. It should be on duration.
That's what I'm saying. I thought the duration was only a minute.
Yeah, there's no duration on it.
Hold on. It's Detect Good and Evil. I don't remember which level. I have the Cleric list open, and it's on there, so give me one sec. I just don't remember what level.
Within the same radius, I can also detect presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated. So could I tell whether or not the bones are around?
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons we're asking you to do it, is for the bones, too.
Right. Well, that's what I'm asking Sarah. Do I feel it here?
Nope.
Ah, shit.
If Divine Sense does work like Detect Good and Evil, you see that the opposite bed, which is this one, you see a small shimmer of
concentration up to 10 minutes is Detect Good and Evil.
Up to how many minutes?
10 minutes. So
okay, thank you.
She'll only need to should have only used one of those so far. If I would have known that, I'd have suggested we just walk through the whole orphanage first, and mark our spots and find them. Because 10 minutes should get it all out of one use, and this way we don't have to waste her divine senses.
Well, it would be more than that because we were searching stuff.
Well, what I'm saying
So-
is we might not have, if your divine sense would pick the stuff up, we wouldn't need to search through things that didn't ping as evil right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we could walk through and find all of the things that we know we have to look for, and then go back and take care of the rest of the shit.
There is a shimmer on this bed right here, on the bed frame.
She's going to look around the bed.
That wouldn't happen to be the new bed, would it?
No, it's the old bed.
Okay.
It's the other bed is what I should say.
That's actually a good thing.
You see that on this bed frame, it is carved, and since you know Infernal, right?
Yeah, for some reason my languages are wrong on this sheet, and I know they're wrong because I would not have built the character the way that it has me down as Elven and Dwarven as my languages instead of Celestial and Infernal.
It shouldn't.
Which makes no sense. Yeah, I know.
Because I input that myself, so it shouldn't have done that.
Unless it's somehow on my D&D Beyond sheet, and I don't understand why that would be, because that's not...
You said your languages?
My languages should be Infernal and...
It's Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Infernal.
Yeah, okay. Because on my Roll20 sheet, it just says Dwarven and Elven.
See, on the Roll20 sheet for you that I'm looking at, it says those languages that I just listed.
Oh. Well, we'll have to address. We'll have to figure that one out at a later date.
Yeah, you and I will have to figure that out at a later date.
Yep.
So you're looking at this bed, at the bedposts, and on what would be considered like part of the headboard.
Mm-hmm.
You see, well, I'm talking to Lana, because Lana, you also speak Infernal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you're the one looking at it. You find small infernal runes scratched onto the wood of this bed frame. They loosely translate to dark dreams.
Now Lana will go and search the closet, little dresser, and...
I thought you were doing that after, because that 5 investigation, there's nothing in there, and either way, there's nothing of note in the footlocker or in the wardrobe.
Is there anything that says who lives in the room? Like, is there a name?
No.
Of who sleeps in this bed?
No.
Lana comes out and she looks to the group and she says, I think before I make any assumptions, let's go up to the attic and see what we can find.
All right.
Okay.
And she starts to head.
Well, that is a plan. Let me give everybody guidance on the way up so that we already have it when we go to make our investigations in there. This way I don't have to say it again.
She goes to grab the ladder and then she stops and she says, Sam, you first, please, just in case.
Sam smiles and says, absolutely. And I'm glad we remembered.
Then we're gonna go.
I'd rather take a freaking warhammer to the face when I'm wearing a helmet than have one of you guys have to take it.
As you guys get up to the attic is rather barren of furnishings and otherwise choked with dust and cobwebs. There are a few random piles of clutter, but nothing of much significance. As at the far end of the room, by one of the attic's only windows, there is a boy sitting alone in a chair, silhouetted by the incoming light.
I look to Lana the minute we see him, see if she is reacting in any way from her demon senses.
Is he glowing?
Give me a second while I move people. The boy is glowing, but something else is glowing too. It's like a weird cloud behind him. But you can't physically see that cloud. You just can see it with your divine sense.
As she sees him and she sees the cloud, her eyes go wide. And she,
Hold on. I'd like you to pause for a moment. The light coming from the attic's far window seems to dim of its own accord, suppressed by an unnatural, invisible force. A dark, putrid smoke begins to exude from the boy's skin, wafting from his body as an impenetrable shadow. As the boy's body slumps forward, the shadow begins to take form, arms stretching out from the central mass in solid black claws. A demonic face grins, bearing rows of razor-sharp teeth. So, because of your divine sense, this creature would very obviously see that as a threat. So it has now revealed itself.
It's aware she can see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's problematic. Makes our lives a little bit easier since it's willing to come out in the open now.
Felix has fallen unconscious from the chair onto the floor. And as he falls, you hear this clattering sound. And it's wood and metal. And you see that he has been carving a wooden statue of this demon with an old kitchen knife.
Mm-hmm.
So, give me just a moment here. I would like everyone to roll initiative.
I was going to say, I immediately give myself protection versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
that work?
Okay, 17. You
Oof,
both got
excuse me.
17, jeez.
We both
I'm-
got 17.
The poop initiative that I will roll. The poop initiative. Wow, I actually rolled good.
Did you? What'd you get?
I mean, I rolled a 14, but I got a 13. I have a negative for my initiative.
Yeah.
How?
He's just
Well-
surprised by everything.
What's that?
Never prepared.
I said he's just surprised by everything.
No, bad dexterity and full plate armor.
16.
Oh, not dexterity. No maidens.
I need to
Oh.
do Ismark and Irina really quick.
One of my next feats will help correct that problem.
He has a maiden. He has
Damn.
Irina.
Damn, he's got bitches. No.
Irina is...
Now, what is the maiden thing? I know that's an Elden Ring reference, but I don't know why.
Maidenless.
Yeah, because the NPCs and enemies call you maidenless.
Oh, they do? I wonder. I don't know why that. thing yet. Like I said, I'm a murder hobo, and this game offers me plenty of murder hoboing.
So you and Liliana and Primrose both got 17. Ismark and Irina both got 10.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then
bro.
I have to roll his initiative.
Where did I go?
14.
What?
That's a demon.
Oh my god, it was
It-
the Eren
it-
Yeager kid.
It looks like Levi from Attack on Titan. Oh, fuck me.
I do not
That's who
like
I
that
meant.
anime. I really don't like that anime.
Honestly, I don't think anyone does. And some people like it because of the characters and because it's semi-interesting, but like it's just kind of it's mid.
Okay.
It's just, I get a really creepy vibe every time I tried to watch it.
Oh,
That's the
Like-
intention.
that's the point.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
Okay,
Like creepy
so
animes.
It's a very sad anime.
Not that kind of creepy
Anywho.
vibe.
So Liliana, it is going to be your turn first because the demon showed itself. That is last in initiative, so we're going to basically start at the top of the turn order.
That is
Oh, thank God.
gay. There's no room in this fucking house. Attic.
Hold on, I actually have to take my character sheet off of the thing.
That's fine. You can go through D&D Beyond. I just wanted you guys to have options.
I can't.
No,
go
I
in.
actually like having it all in one place.
You can.
There's like no space to move.
You can cozy
You
down
shouldn't be
and-
moving anyway.
Yeah, dude, you should be right where you are, filling things with arrows, like a good ranger.
You got a fucking bow and arrow.
You have a bow and arrow and no armor. That's the biggest point.
I was gonna
Stay
say,
back.
17. Give me a break.
I was gonna say, you have to let him do what he wants, guys.
That's fair. I mean, I didn't realize your armor class was that good.
Legitimate bullying?
I will get her killed, guys. Don't let her do what she wants, please.
Super bullying? 23.
What?
So a 23 will hit.
Hiya. 7.
So 7 damage. Okay.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay. So hold on just a
Okay.
second.
I have a question before I do mine.
Mm-hmm.
So for Scorching Ray, I rolled the 2d6 of fire damage 3 times if it hits, right?
Well, you would roll 3 attack rolls, and then you would roll, if all 3 of them hit, then you would roll the 3 damage rolls. It depends on
Yes.
if all 3 of them hit or not.
Okay, gotcha.
So the
Scorching Ray is a great one.
Repeat that?
I said Scorching Ray is a great one for this. It's very high damaging in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... 1.
So 1 will hit, so do your next one. 2 will hit, do your next one.
Natural 20.
Fuck yeah!
Nice crit.
So all 3 of them will hit. So your crit damage, I
Very nice.
I need to see something here.
Okay, I think crit damage is 4d6.
Yes.
Yes, the
It's
crit
double your
damage
damage dice.
is double your damage dice. But you can roll it as a crit damage roll.
Ooh, 11.
So watch, I will show this to you. You right click on the damage and it'll say roll as flat roll or crit damage. So for one of your rolls, 2 of them will be flat rolls, the other one will be crit damage.
Well, for me, the thing is, right after I rolled that crit, it changed the damage rolls to 4, and then I clicked it, got an 11, and then it changed back to 2. So it kind of just did it for me, I guess.
Well, that's only 1. You still have to do 2 more damage
11
rolls.
damage?
So 11, 5.
Are you doing this on D&D Beyond or Roll20? Because I'm not seeing
She's-
it in Roll20.
They're doing it on D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
11, 5, and
6.
6.
So 22. So 22 damage.
Well, how do I okay, I just want to be sure, because I kind of was half paying attention when you were explaining the flat roll thing, so now I don't know.
You're going to right-click on the damage, so the 2d6 right next to the +6 on Scorching Ray. You will right-click on that, and it says everyone, self, crit damage, or flat roll. You can always click the crit damage and then hit roll.
Yeah, I see. Thank you.
Yep. Is that all you're going to do?
Yes.
Okay. Lana, it's your turn.
Lana is going to move up to Felix and cast protection from evil and good.
The demon is connected to Felix. That's not going to work.
Then I don't cast it?
Cast it on yourself. Don't cast it on him.
Okay, fine. I cast it on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I can do, right? I can't do anything else.
I mean, you could do a bonus action, can't you?
She threw that small crossbow down a well.
Well, it says I have spells that I can do.
Well, protection from good and evil is a spell, so...
Yeah, it's a full
Right,
action spell.
but bonus action spell. I've got 3 bonus action spells.
Okay.
That I
Oh,
can
nice.
do.
Okay.
Concentration for up to a minute. Oh, Searing Smite is for a minute. You can expend a use of your channel divinity to fuel your spells. Oh!
That's the thing you use when you hit people.
Mm-hmm.
No. Harness Divine Power, I get a spell slot back.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome. Anywho.
Oh, yeah. Every caster has one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast Divine Favor.
Okay.
It's good for up to a minute.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing protection, you can't cast another. You can't hold
Concentration. Right, okay. Never mind. Forget it then.
I mean, you do have 2-weapon fighting. You could always try to hit it.
I didn't know if I could hit it when I do a spell.
Not when doing a spell. Spells take your
that's
action.
true. The spell takes your action. So yeah, that's all you can do.
It says bonus action, actions in combat, 2-weapon fighting, spells, and then harness divine power.
Mm-hmm.
But since I did a spell, that counts as
your action.
An attack.
Yeah, so
an action.
Yeah, you'll be thankful you did the spell.
Unless I could do a bonus action hitting.
No, I don't think you can. I think Sam's right.
Okay. Then we're done.
Hey, Sam, it's your turn.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So, oh shit, I have to actually.
Liliana,
I'm going to go through.
You never take your. That's fine. You never take your dog with you. Your dog's just sitting outside. Hopefully, no one murders it.
Okay.
This is bad.
Now, is that demon? I have a question about this thing. Had this demon thing? Is it us technically supposed to be occupying the same square as the kid, or no?
No, it's behind him, but you can see it's connected to him by like his shadow.
Okay, so technically, someone can't stand on the spot where the kid is to be hitting the demon.
No.
That's where I'm getting at. There's only going to be 2 squares that we can use to hit the demon.
Yes.
I have a question about things
moving.
Boomer.
I mean, if you
hold on a minute.
stood over him, maybe like if you stood like with your legs kind of spread apart, like you're standing over him.
No. I'm gonna occupy. I'm gonna. Oh, fuck. I need to let Lana in there because she's. I know what to do. I'll go here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave this spot open for Lana. Since I'm casting protection from evil on myself as well.
Okay.
I have what I am going to be casting though is spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Since that is a bonus action, and taking a swing at it with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast the spiritual weapon on the spot where the kid is laying on the floor.
Okay.
Since that's a floating thing and that can sit there.
Yeah.
And I will swing bada bada.
I have a question.
I hopefully have an answer.
Did you guys take the locket? Like, with
No.
you? Okay. I just had a question. That's all.
But I have a question about what you said about the dog.
So I have a 21 to hit on the spiritual weapon.
A 21 will hit. Yes.
What did you expect us to do with him? He can't come inside the orphanage.
It's like he can barely fit through the door.
I mean, like, what else is there to do but sit there? Like, there's nothing else to do.
All right, so did you get the? I think it was. What was it?
It was
5
it
damage.
was 5 damage. Yes, I got that.
Gotcha. And
that's your bonus action.
Yep, and I am all tapped out for action economy.
Okay. So it is Ismark's turn. Ismark is going to take out a heavy crossbow, and you guys can hear him lug this thing from his back, and he's cranking it to get the bolt ready.
Good man.
And he aims at this spoopy demon man. And that is a +3. That is a 15. That hits.
Did it look, perhaps, by the way, as though this creature took any kind of extra or enhanced damage from the radiant?
I didn't hear you mention anything about radiant damage.
That is what the spiritual weapon does.
Well, it says force damage on here.
Oh, force. My bad. Force. That one is force. Okay, so it's standard magic damage. Never mind.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting because of Cleric. Everything is radiant with Clerics usually.
So let's see. That's 6 more damage to this thing. -6. Okay. And that's all he can do. Yeah. So now it's Irina's turn. My dice are hurting me. Irina's also going to pull out a crossbow, but this time it's a light crossbow. It's not like her brother's. It's not heavy, and she's not lugging it around everywhere. She's going to pull out her light crossbow and aim it at the demon. Pfft, that's not going to hit. Irina's like, tink. Oh, no. That completely missed. So now it is the demon's turn. And the demon is going to look at you, Sam.
Yep.
And
it
is going
for
to
everything it tries to do to me because of protection from evil.
Mm-hmm. So it is going to try to swipe at you with its claws. You lucky bastard.
Was it luck or was it divine intervention from protection from
No, it was luck, because I got a 6 and a 9. So
Oh, so both of them. Okay, so that was luck.
that was luck. And that's... Ow, token, why? That's all the demon can do. We are back
Oh,
up
excellent.
at the top of initiative with Liliana.
Time to be gay. I am going to shoot to the wait.
What a way to start.
I have to. Can I just like squeeze past to like right?
No,
to like
just
right
no,
here,
no.
so I don't shoot Lana.
You can move through ally
I
squares,
was
and
gonna say,
allies
you
don't
can
provide
move.
cover. Like,
You can move through allies, so you could move like right here.
yeah, and they don't count as cover either, so you can technically shoot through your allies' square without worrying.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you crit fail, then I'd make you shoot her in the back.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, I have crit fail tables, so if you guys crit fail during combat, I have funsy things that will happen.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love those.
I have like 4 different tables, so
I don't think 11 is going to hit.
11 will not hit.
Okay, that ends my turn.
Primrose, it is your turn.
Oh god, okay. 1. Fuck yeah.
Okay, that's 1.
2. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's 2.
Fuck.
A
So
natural one.
2 of them hit.
Oh no.
One of them got a natural one.
Yeah,
Oh no.
One of them did
Speaking
get a
of those crit
natural
fail
one.
tables,
Yeah, I know. I get to roll I get to roll on the crit fail table. Yes.
Oh wait.
Yes. So hold on.
So
That's 18 damage. I gotta find my crit fail table again. Where did you go? Crit fail tables. Okay, let's see.
It's a good thing I didn't move, because you would have fucking nailed me in the head with that fireball, I bet.
Hold
Yep.
on. Hold on. So that's 96.
It's scorching ray.
You have Master Exploder. This works perfect for you. So your first 2 shots of Scorching Ray go and they hit this demon, and you watch as the fire encases this demon for a moment before dissipating. Your third one, you reach your hand out and something doesn't feel right. And then all of a sudden you feel this electric shock, and it's instant pain in your hand. And you watch as the fire that would normally shoot out in this straight line bursts.
So her hand explodes.
Your hand explodes with fire, and all creatures within 30 feet all have to roll a dex saving throw.
I'm so sorry.
Including Lana.
I mean, I'm gonna fail this
Everyone
horribly.
needs to roll a dex saving throw, including Sam.
Everything has
Yep.
to roll a
I'm gonna
dex
fail
saving throw.
horribly.
Everything has to roll.
Sam is going
Wait, hold on. I have a question. Does this like hurt Primrose? Does she take any damage?
Yes, this hurts you. You have to do a dex saving throw.
16, please.
Alright.
All right, Dex save. Let's fail this
Well-
roll. Are we ready for failure?
You set up Sam to die.
Ah, I crit!
Beautiful.
Damn.
So,
With a -1.
hold on, because I need to do Ismark and Irina's too. I totally forgot about that.
Holy shit, I have a -1 on that roll.
So that's Irina. Ismark. Okay. So Irina fails. Irina fails. Ismark saves. Lana saves. Sam saves. Everyone else fails.
Oh, good God.
So,
I failed.
Liliana, I will be rolling the damage because, as it says on my table, I get to roll the damage.
Out of what?
Hold on. Let me
What are you
explain.
using?
Let me explain. On a failed save, the effective creatures take 3d12 plus 5 damage. And
Ooh!
you're all knocked prone.
Oh, hot damn!
So
What?
get ready.
You know, on the plus side, that was massively damaging to the demon, and both of the melee fighters are still standing.
No, Irina's knocked prone.
But Irina wasn't in melee this time.
That's true. That's true. So
It's me and Lana I'm worried about. We're the ones with protection from evil that can stand in front of this thing and throw it a beatdown if we want.
So Liliana, Primrose, Irina, and the demon.
And it's prone. That's fantastic.
All take 19, 23 damage. You all take 23 damage. And you're all knocked prone.
What does that mean
How
again?
do where's the thingies? Where's the
Okay, what does
ailments?
knocked prone thing mean again?
It means you're knocked over and can't move.
Okay,
Well,
can I use
you
my
can get
bonus
back up,
action still?
Oh yeah,
What?
you have depending on what you're trying to do, you get disadvantage for attacking and doing shit from the prone position.
Yeah, from the prone position.
I might do healing word.
I get disadvantage for shooting a bow, or can
Yep.
I
Yep.
be badass with that? Damn.
Wait, how do I go? Where are the ailments?
Hold on.
You also, if somebody is shooting a bow at you, they get disadvantage when you're prone. However, when you're prone, if somebody immediately attacking you, they get advantage.
So, your conditions, it's right underneath your HP.
I don't know which one.
It would be prone. It's right after poison. There's paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, and prone.
Slowly crawl on the ground.
Hey, do you guys think healing word would be a wise decision for my bonus action?
I mean, you've just taken a crap load of damage. It wouldn't be a bad choice.
Yeah, but I have a question about healing word. It says a creature of your choice that you can see within range. Does that mean I can do multiple targets or just one?
You can only do one.
One.
Okay.
A creature of your choice, and that includes
like
you.
right now?
So this demon is knocked prone. I have to.
That's
do
so.
that.
Does
Let me.
anyone want healing word, or does anyone want that right now?
I gotta remember the
I'll
prone
take care of
symbol.
everybody as soon as I can. You don't even have to sweat it. You have a cleric in the group.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about it right now. I think she'd be more surprised that, holy crap, I'm knocked over.
Yeah, no, I'm worrying. I'm worrying.
Okay, Primrose, that is your turn.
We all went out with a bang.
Yeah, you did. I mean, if you want to be technical,
great.
yeah, y'all went out with a bang. So Lana, it's your turn. I am so proud of like the two people who have not great dexterity saving throws saving
I know,
on
right?
those saving throws. I think that's beautiful.
It be known, I have a +6 on my dexterity saving throw.
You still failed.
Lana.
Yeah, I accidentally closed out. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure you heard me. I wasn't sure if I was muted.
I feel like why do I feel like Primrose probably took more damage from falling on her ass than her arm catching on fire?
Lana's gonna.
You're trying to
Can
have a
I come?
positive
I
outlook?
can come over here and still get melee,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can.
I left that spot right for you.
I was gonna say, yeah, Sam left that open for you.
I'm gonna pull out the silver sword.
Okay.
And I have my shield. Oh.
That will not hit. Nope.
Cool. And I only get one attack.
So, that is your turn then.
Yep.
Sam, it's your turn.
All right, hold on 1 second. I'm just looking up one of my things here. I need to see if I have any other multi-target spells at the moment. Then the only other, I wouldn't say only other, but then the other second level slot that I want to. Oh yeah, wait, I gotta pop that. Okay, so first I'm gonna do this because this is the thing that I'm doing right now. So 15 for the spiritual weapon.
That will hit.
Oh, and I get advantage because it's prone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's technically a melee attack.
I totally forgot about that, Lana, and I apologize.
Oh, I get another attack, or I
Yep.
get another chance.
Yep. Yeah, when a creature is prone and you're doing melee attacks, you have advantage.
Cool.
So the 15 will hit, the 11 will not.
Well, that was my advantage, so.
I know. I'm just letting you know.
Yep. Gotcha. Come on. Click, you fucking piece of shit. Nice. It's 10 damage, and then I need to see if... Oh! It's prone! Sacred Flame.
Okay.
It can't pass a dexterity save if it's prone.
Nope. So that's...
So Sacred Flame damage.
10 damage.
Or do I want to do... Do I even have the other one up? No, I do not. Nope, Sacred Flame it is. So... Another one of those. That one is radiant damage.
Okay. So let me look here. So... Okay. So, because yes, it is vulnerable to radiant damage, so...
Excellent. I hope your advance yields a crit so that you can Searing Smite the crap out of this thing.
So this demon is not doing well.
Well, he's got the misfortune of fucking fighting a Cleric and a Paladin. The Paladin especially is built to beat the shit out of these things.
So is that the end of your turn, Sam?
Bonus action for that. My attack. Yes, that is the end of my turn. I don't have anywhere else I want to move.
Okay, I was just making sure. So now it is Ismark's turn. Let's see how the advantage works for Ismark.
Can I roll to see if I actually hit him?
Yes, she should get her second roll.
Yeah, you can roll. That'll hit.
Excellent. Okay, hold on. I get something that I can... Bonus actions.
Your Searing Smite is what I think you're looking for. If I'm...
Yeah. Yep.
That's beautiful. That's
1d6
beautiful.
damage. And it can't hit, right? I mean, it can't.
It can't save.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a save kind of spell, then yeah, it can't. Because it's prone.
So why did it roll 1 and 3?
I don't know.
The other thing you can do is if you're using your sword, you can use your Divine Smite from your other thing, burn the spell slot, and do 2d8 radiant damage with, in addition to whatever your sword does.
Oh, I see why. Okay, so it does initial damage is the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the start of each
the
of the
next
target's turn.
Yeah, it'd be 3.
It,
Okay.
it gets 3.
Well, it's got
Oh, nice. You did continuous damage to it? That's freaking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Until the spell ends.
So minus 10 then right now.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do Eastmark.
And is that radiant damage? Hold on.
If it's an additional effect, it should be. You're a paladin.
The next time you hit a creature.
It says fire damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is fire damage. I was even reading the spell. It is not radiant damage.
Damn. Well,
That's
fire
the
is still
Divine
plenty
Smite.
good.
Divine Smite is radiant damage.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so Eastmark hits. What is that? Brain. Okay. Oh, that's 7 damage. Okay. Now it is Irina's turn. Yeah, Irina doesn't hit. I got a pair of 8s.
Because she's shooting. She's actually at disadvantage.
I know, that's what I said. She's at disadvantage, and I rolled 2 8s.
I misheard you. My bad.
I rolled
pair of
2
eights.
8s.
Yeah, that was a destined to fail.
Okay, Lana, roll your d4.
No. That's the other spell that does the radiant damage, but I didn't use that spell.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying that
Oh,
that's
I
what
thought
that
you were
was.
saying you got d4 too, so I was telling you to roll.
That would be awesome.
Now it is the demon's turn. And it's going for Sam.
That is my job, thankfully.
So it's... to attack is +4, so 21. 21 hits you, right? I got a nat 20 and a... Yes, I got a nat 20 and a 17.
God damn you. Yes, 21 hits me.
So... it is using life drain on you.
Oh, hold on a sec. That might fail. I gotta relook at the protection from evil. There are a bunch of different shit it can't do to me now. Oh, never mind. Charmed, frightened, or possessed.
You can't be. Yeah, you can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. So 3d6 necrotic damage, and then my demon heals for that same amount of damage. So 11, 13. 13 damage.
Okay. 13 damage.
Okay. That is the demon's turn. Liliana, it's your turn.
Damage.
It's your turn, bitch.
Shut up.
What?
Huh?
Tanya, I'm gonna slap your child.
Oh, me and
When I
What
meet-
did he say?
When I meet them, I'm gonna slap your child.
No,
What'd they
because
say? Wait.
she was tickling me, and I said, and I was listening, and then you said it's Liliana's turn, and I said it's your turn, bitch. And then she started mocking me.
I'm gonna slap your child and their partner.
Oh, because it totally freaking sounded like he was just calling you a bitch for no reason. And I was like, oh, wow, that's a weird thing for the mic to pick up.
That's what I thought, and I was like, what the fuck?
She was in fact mocking me.
I was about to say, I may live 9 hours away, but I will come for you.
Yeah, babe.
Well, mockery is expected among partnerships. You should give him a pass on that one.
No, he get no pass.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you get
do your thing.
roll damage.
You didn't say anything.
23.
23, that will hit. Hold on, that's not at disadvantage. You need to roll disadvantage.
Oh,
right.
That's not good.
Oh, it decided not to get up? That's great.
That's an 8. That will not hit.
I landed on 16. This is such bullshit.
So, because you have to roll disadvantage because you're currently prone.
Man.
In the future, you can say I use my move to get up first, and that will cure that problem.
Yeah, you can. In the future, you can say I'm using my movement to get up, and that will get rid of the disadvantage.
Alright.
Primrose, it's your turn.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, Primrose is gonna be a smart little bean, and she's going to make her way up, despite the fact that her arm probably is still tingling with untamed magic, and the fact that
your arm is probably burned.
Yeah, it's like still tingling with magic too.
It literally exploded.
Yeah, her arm is not. She's probably not feeling she's not feeling great right now. But she just not hops up. She crawls against the wall and pulls herself up.
Mm-hmm.
And that is her action. She stands her little crispy self up.
Okay.
Mechanically speaking, you only move to stand up.
Yeah, you only use the whole thing is you're only using your movement to stand up. That doesn't take your action. So if you don't want to do an action, you can say you're holding your action. But you just getting up is not your action.
Nice. You see, I am at a crossroads here because I kind of want to do Scorching Ray again, but
I swear to God, if you blow me up again.
Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Wow.
Good call. Get right back on that horse.
A 13 will not hit. A 23 will hit.
Oh, thank God.
And a 21 will hit. So you've got 2. You got 2 you can roll damage for. So 5 and...
She's hopping on that grind as soon as she gets back up, guys. She's a trooper.
And the demon stayed prone, correct?
The demon is still prone, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's 12 damage total.
So here, for this, because technically you are no longer prone, and the demon is still prone, I will let you roll advantage on your first one that you failed.
Ooh, how do I...
Range attack, she gets disadvantage on those.
Wait, no, wrong button. Wait, wrong button.
What did you say, Jim?
Range attack gets disadvantage when firing on a prone individual.
Oh, fuck, that's right. So it would be disadvantage. Because they're falling. Because they're fallen and they're hard to see.
I'm just gonna not roll again for that one.
20, but you can't take it.
Unless
you get a nat 1.
I mean, what's the point on re-rolling that one if it's just gonna be disadvantage in my eyes?
In case of a nat 1.
I was gonna say in case of the nat 1.
Nat 1, and then you can blow me up.
Again. I mean, she might not hit the table. There's random effects on that.
Re-roll.
Okay. Are you done, Primrose?
Yes, I'm done. She's hopping on that grind again, guys.
Okay.
So.
Lana, it's your turn.
Do I get advantage still?
Yeah, it's
prone.
It's still prone. It's still prone. And the 22 will hit.
Very nice.
It already
Did you
takes.
take away
I
the
just
3
said it's
from...
I was just saying it takes 3 damage.
Oh.
And then another 9.
9.
Okay.
Very nice.
This demon's looking pretty bad, guys. And when you look at Felix, you can see that his nose and there's blood trickling out of his nose and mouth.
Oh no.
That's okay. I'm saving spell slots for that.
Is that it, Lana?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam, it is your turn.
Okay, spiritual weapon again. Oh, that was. Oh, did you see that?
No.
Rolled for like it like inched its way over. Does a 13 hit? That was my best roll for the spiritual weapon.
No, it does not.
Okay, and then sacred flame, which is a dex save.
He's prone. I can't make a dex save.
Okay. Well, this is the important one because it's radiant. And there we go.
Okay. He's
And
pretty
I'm
beat
staying
up.
where I'm at.
He's pretty beat up. Easemark's turn. His turn. So, a 9 plus 3, that won't hit. So Easemark can't do anything. Ah! And Irina's turn next. She's going to use her movement to get up because, you know what, she should have done that before, but I am too concentrated on everyone else. So she's going to get up. And she got a nat 1. So let's see what hers does, huh?
Oh, good God.
Let me find it. I gotta find my chart.
At least she's only shooting a crossbow.
Yeah, but it's still not great. So let's look.
No, that's not great, but it could be, it's not as bad as exploding. Only one person has to take this crap.
So you guys watch as she goes to fire her crossbow, and it's almost like, getting up, and you guys can see that she's in pain, and there's like burned skin on her face, and you can see she's gritting her teeth trying to not think about the pain, and as she pulls that trigger on her crossbow, you hear something snap. And you see the string that pulls that crossbow back to fire it forward completely snaps in half. Her crossbow is completely useless now.
Damn. I have to mend that later.
It's the demon's turn. So, now the demon's going to use its movement to get up. So let's do that. So now the demon is up and standing. And it looks at you, Lana. And it's going to use its claws to attack you. Does a 17 hit? I don't think a 17 hits you.
Don't forget you also have disadvantage to attack her. She has pro evil as well.
I know.
Ooh. You're attacking Liliana, right?
No, I'm attacking Lana.
Oh, I misheard.
Yeah, no, it's Lana. And like I said, I don't think a 17 hits you.
17 would barely hit me.
It doesn't.
Okay, so
Nice.
that's all it can do. So, Liliana, it's your turn.
Isn't armor awesome?
I'm going to stand up. Oh, amazing, right?
Okay.
Okay. I have stood up.
An amazing discovery. You have fucking legs.
Well done.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Let's go. Boing boing. And 5 damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
kick its
Rip.
ass. Man.
Rip bozo. Hashtag me.
No, literally.
Okay.
Call me a bozo.
Is that all you can do?
Yes, that is all I can do.
Okay. Primrose, it's your turn.
Well, how far am I from this demon thing?
Hold on. Let me look.
I can't
Okay.
see.
You go. Okay,
You are 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on,
Onyx, lay down.
I'm looking, I'm reading. Okay, I need an input because this entangle thing is confusing me. I'm looking at entangle and it is confusing me with its magic words. Do you think entangle would be of any use? Like absolutely any?
Well,
That
let's see.
ends.
Grasping. Hold on.
Read the spell.
It says grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. A creature
That
in
would-
the area
That would make it difficult terrain for everyone. I do want you to know that.
Yeah, I was just checking. Okay,
Plus, you'd
well,
have to be right
I've
there.
used all my second level spell slots, which are the only good things, and I'm not about to close.
No, Will Smith.
You don't have a ranged cantrip? Like, say, produce flame or bonfire?
Oh my gosh, I can use produce flame as an attack. Oh my god, you're a genius. I'm gonna do that.
Come on, we had that whole
Blow us up again.
conversation about
Okay.
it after game 1.
Out of 10. 10 to hit. I assume.
It's not gonna hit.
Yeah.
Muted.
What was that?
Got a 10 to hit, so.
That
yeah,
doesn't hit.
Yeah, figured. Yeah, so I'm done.
Okay.
She's standing. She do be standing.
She do be standing.
Okay, Lana, it's your turn.
I am going to use my Harness Divine Power
Okay.
to gain a spell slot back. And then I am going... Can I cast that? Hold on. Let me double check when I can cast this. It's a bonus action, so I'm gonna cast Divine Favor. And then I am going to... Yet. Does the 16 hit?
Yes.
So it gets 1 point of radiant damage and 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
What does Divine Favor do? I don't actually know that spell.
It also still
My
gets the
prayer-
+3, right?
Until the spell ends. And
For Searing
it said
Smite?
that it's for... It's a concentration spell, so casting Divine Favor would have canceled
Would have
it.
canceled it? Okay. So, I'm just making sure that I'm not adding that if I don't have to, you know?
Yeah, also, if you cancel your concentration, your protection from evil goes away, and
Mhm.
it no longer has disadvantage to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
When
That's what
you're
it does.
So,
Hint for paladins.
hold on. She was casting 2 concentration spells at once then.
Yes, you can't do that.
Because you had protection from good and evil, and you were casting Searing Smite. And those are both concentration spells.
Technically, she could cast Searing Smite if she did not try to concentrate on it. To continue holding the protection from good and evil. Listen,
So it
I'm going to
means
give you a
the
hint.
3 from the last round wouldn't have happened if I didn't. If I just made it instantaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a hint, Tanya, about paladins.
Okay.
Don't think of your spell slots as spells. Think of them as fuel. Because if you swing your sword and then after you connect, because this is how Divine Smite works, it'll let you burn a spell slot to do damage, but you don't waste it, because if you wait until you see if you hit the thing or not. So if you hit something with your sword and then say, I want to burn my my 1 second level slot, and then you get an extra 2d8 damage on top of that. Divine Smite is way more guaranteed damage than spells. At least until you get to be a higher level paladin and you have more spell
have
slots.
Divine Smite. I have Searing Smite.
It's not a spell. Divine Smite is your like your Divine Sense.
I was going to say, Divine Smite is something that you just automatically have as a paladin.
Yeah. It's not listed as a spell.
Okay, hold on, because I'm not seeing it. I've got a guided strike. Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting that that's a thing.
Yeah, because using the spell slots the way you're using them, except with the exception of giving yourself protection from evil, which is totally on point with fighting a demon. You know, you give yourself pro evil and it can't do shit to you without disadvantage. But then you're wasting all your other slots trying to do extra damage when all you've got to do is swing your sword at it and call Divine Smite. And the bigger the spell slot you use, the more extra damage you do.
Right, but okay, so right now I can do 2d8 damage if I can't use it. And then it says, and plus 1d8 against undead or fiends.
Yep.
So that would be 3d8 damage?
Yep.
Okay. Alright.
And I know it's weird because it's not in your spells listing, because it's technically not a spell. It's just an ability that paladins get. So you can just say you have your, like, I don't know what you've got for spell slots. If you've got like 2 second level slots and 3 first level slots.
I don't have any second level slots. I only have first and cantrips.
Okay, so you've got
first.
Yeah, so if you've got 3 first level slots, that's freaking 68 extra damage, and in the case of demons, 98 extra damage that you can throw, and you don't call that ability until after you've already swung and connected. So there's no risk of wasting the slot.
I keep forgetting that it's a thing. I'll just try to remember for the next one.
Yep, that's why I keep reminding you, because you're new to paladining. And paladins beat stuff with their weapon and call it holy judgment, because it is.
So that's the end for you, Lana? I've been talking this whole time and wondering why no one's answered me. I was muted.
That was because you muted.
So Sam, it's your turn.
Alrighty then. We are going to go with the same shebang as previous. Spiritual weapon attack. I take it a 23 will hit.
Yes.
And it's no longer prone, correct? So all the advantages are gone?
It is not prone. Sorry, buddy.
All right, that's 4 damage from the spiritual weapon. And since it is no longer, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna sacred flame it anyway
Okay.
because it's vulnerable to radiant, and we'll see if it makes its dex save.
Okay.
So DC 13.
I met it. I got a 13.
Yep. Okay. So nothing.
Okay. Now it's Ismark's turn. He's gonna try and go for the crossbow. Let's see if he can do this. Finally, Ismark, you fucking dick. So the damage for that is a D10. 4 plus 1 is 5, so 5 more damage. Pfft, Irina ain't got shit. She's got her sword, but she doesn't want to hit the kid.
She shouldn't get up close and personal with a demon anyway.
I was gonna say, she already knows that she shouldn't do that. She's not the stupids.
That's for us churchgoers to do.
So she is going to just stay where she's at, and she's gonna kind of look at the others, and she's gonna be like, if you need me to do something, just ask. She's like, my crossbow's shit. And now it's the demon's turn. And it's gonna go for hitting you with its claws. So let's see.
Hitting who?
Sam. It's hitting you, Sam.
Okay.
Oh, do good for me, dice gods. You're about to be mad at me.
You hit me? Crit?
I had a natural 20, so that's 25. So
Nice.
I get 8d6.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. What type of damage?
I don't even think I have 8 out. Slashing damage.
What was the type of damage it did to me previously, by the way?
The life drain?
That was the life drain. Okay. So this is 8. This is one attack or multiple attacks?
This is one. It only has one attack per action, so.
Okay, 86. Got it. Ooh, that's gonna maybe hurt a lot.
Okay, so your first set of 4 is 10. Your second set of 4 is 6, 12, 17, 20. So 30 damage total.
Okay, my heavy armor master, since it's regular slashing damage, reduces that by 3, so 27.
So 27.
But
sorry, buddy.
Oh no, it's good. It is what it is.
I'm just glad it got one good hit in before it died.
No, dude, this is what the tank is supposed to do.
Okay, Liliana.
This is my job.
It's your turn.
I have 4 hit points left. So how many people need healing? Because I have 4 hit points left. There will be a healing spell going off this turn.
Primrose definitely needs healing.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, so...
Wait a minute.
Primrose...
1 HP.
Ow, stop.
What's that?
Primrose and Liliana are both at 21 HP.
Okay.
And then say Irina's at 29.
Irina got burned too. So Lana, how is Lana doing?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Liliana missed, so now it's Primrose's turn.
Primrose is produce flame.
Okay, produce flame.
8 to hit.
Nope, that won't hit.
Yeah. That's the end of our turn.
You gotta do the Clash of Clans fireball.
Oh, Jesus. Lana, it's your turn now.
And I don't get
There's no advantage
on this,
anymore,
right?
nope. No advantage anymore, it's standing up.
Do you have any spell slots left?
Nope.
Hmm. Well, that's ungood.
Okay, let's see.
22 will hit. Okay. Y'all are close, man. Y'all are close. Is that all you're gonna do?
I don't have anything else. Hold on.
Did you do the thing to regain your spell slot yet?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I thought she already did that.
I can channel divinity. But it's not going to work with anything. Now, hold on.
I was gonna say,
My Divine Smite does not say... Oh, yes, it does. Never mind. I was like, it doesn't say I have to expend the spell slot. Where the hell does it say that? But it does. Never mind. Yeah, no. That's all I got.
Okay. Sam, it is your turn.
Alrighty then. Well, first off, we are healing.
Okay.
So I am going to be casting the second level Prayer of Healing. So up to 6 creatures of my choice get a crap ton of healing.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a level 4 cleric, so that's that plus that. I will roll that. So 20 plus 4, I think, plus 5. So 25, I believe, for my life cleric thing. So,
Okay.
it's plus my spell level. So that would be 2. So that's 26. So me, Primrose, Irina, Liliana, anybody else who has been damaged by this thing gets 26 hit points back.
Okay.
And then I will take my bonus action attack with Sacred Weapon. Or Spiritual Weapon, not Sacred Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, 15 hit last time, so.
I was gonna say 15 will hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
For a
Sam,
yes.
I want you to tell me.
Oh.
Oh, phew! Okay, so
Tell me how you murder.
After healing, after muttering a quick prayer for healing for everybody, the flaming blade floating in front of the creature just finds itself directly in its heart. And stabbed through its black heart, it slumps to the ground and does whatever it does when this type of demon dies.
I was gonna say, as the spiritual weapon seeps through, you can see that it almost looks like it has trouble going into the body of this demon. But it makes its mark, and you watch this entire thing shudder. Like, it literally looks like little zigzag lines going all across its body before it slumps over, and it actually slumps over on top of this teenage boy that's laying on the floor before, in these rolling wisps, it dissipates. And it takes a moment before that same boy, you hear him gasp for breath, and he shoots up into a seated position, and he's looking at all of you, and his eyes are wide, and he just suddenly starts sobbing.
Lana looks down at the boy
It's okay, kid.
with
You're free.
pity.
You guys just see him shaking his head. It's not okay. It's not okay. I did that.
Sam is going to do the thing where he grabs the kid by the head so he could look at him. He'll flip the visor up on his helmet and go, no, you didn't. It did everything. You didn't do anything. You watched it all happen. I understand. But it wasn't you.
This kid is looking at you with...
And Sam is terrible at this, but he's going to try to, like, what am I rolling for attempting to...
Like, attempting to comfort the boy?
I mean, he's comforting the boy like a sledgehammer comforts a boy, so... Charisma is not his strong suit.
Oh my goodness, what would you roll for that? I don't know why my brain instantly went to animal handling, kind of like how Sam wouldn't know how to deal with it, so he just treats it like a hurt animal, because I don't think he would really know what to do with that either.
Yeah, pretty much. It's Sam told you things. It's no. This shouldn't be a problem for you, so this is why.
Mm-hmm.
You should be mad that the creature beat you, like, or took
Maybe
control
persuasion.
of you.
I'll give it to you this way.
Okay.
You can either roll animal handling or persuasion.
Nah, he's not an actual animal, so I'll go with persuasion.
What?
Like, dude, Sam's a sledgehammer.
Sam is a sledgehammer.
You don't think of it much because he's very personable to everybody, but when it comes to actually charismaing, he sucks.
Sam is bad at that. Wow.
Lana is just going to clap a hand on the boy's shoulder and says, "Time to make amends."
They'll send me away. And you can see he's like starting to have like a panic attack.
Lana slowly shakes her head no, and she says, "In order to do what's right, you have to accept responsibility, and you must take heed. They will not hurt you. You must show mercy and compassion just as much as you will want as you go down there and explain what happened."
You watch him look at you for a minute. But he said it wasn't my fault. So it is my fault? And he's trembling. His entire body is shaking.
Lana shakes her head no. The problem isn't that it was your fault. The problem is that it did it through you. And unfortunately, it's not going to pick up the pieces. But
all I did was pick up a necklace. That's all I did. I thought
and
it
you
would.
can.
I thought I could sell it and it would help. And
She
We'll go
shakes.
down with you and be there with you when it explains. We'll speak to the headmistress too.
Lana looks at Sam, and then she leans into the boy and she says, "Sam will talk to her. He's good at talking to her.
okay.
You'll be okay.
Is
Just help make it right."
Is Milov okay?
Oh.
Find out.
She furrows her brow and she shrugs and she says, "Let's get downstairs."
He nods and
Do you remember what it did to Mila?
As he nods and he gets up, he looks at you, Sam, and then he looks to the floor and he nods.
What did it do to
Beds.
Mila?
It wanted out. It wanted freedom. So it was draining all of them.
Okay.
Cedric was just the first.
Hopefully he'll be all right then. Oh, now the other kid, the kid from the church, what was his name?
That was Milov.
No, not
or
Milov.
The other one?
Yes.
Yeska.
Yeska said that he saw Milov take something from the church. Your demon wouldn't have anything to do with that, would it?
No, I didn't see Milov bring anything here.
Okay.
Okay. And you can see he's kind of trying to hide behind Sam and Liliana, or not Liliana, but Lana, to go downstairs because he's very remorseful, but he's also very obviously fearful.
Right.
Lana is going to use her divine sense again to make sure there's no more fiendish magic in the.
Oh, good call.
As you cast Divine Sense, everything feels lighter and calmer. You don't sense any more of the fiend energy.
Excellent.
Throughout the orphanage or just up here?
At least down to the second floor.
Okay.
Awesome.
Does that mean the room with the bed that was having the problem, that's dissipated too?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say we might need to burn that
Yeah.
bed.
Well, yeah, we'll
Anywho.
just tell them to sand the runes out anyway, just to make sure that don't happen again.
Well, you also see the old bed frame in the attic too.
Well, before we leave, Lana's going to inspect that frame and see if it says the same thing.
It does.
Okay. Yeah, he was giving everybody bad dreams. Okay. Is everybody all right now? Freaking, like, everybody solid as far as their condition?
Lana starts walking down the stairs to get to the second floor.
The boy Felix is going to follow you, Lana.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
Besides Irina being pissed off about her crossbow, she appears to be fine.
Oh, I'll fix that for her.
Ismark looks fine as well.
I'll do a quick landing on the crossbow.
Okay.
Lana is, when she gets down to the first floor, before she goes off to the lady, she's gonna stop off in the Milov's room.
Follow.
Well, the room he's in.
I was gonna say, Liliana and Primrose, did you guys have anything to say, or are you guys just following?
I actually think after that, Primrose might go back outside to where the kids are.
Okay. Primrose goes back out with the kids.
The children.
The headmistress approaches you and she looks at you with wide eyes because she sees that your hand is burned. Are you okay? Was there a fire?
Primrose have a scar from that now? Gnarly.
No, that should have fully healed her. The spell that I did should have fully healed.
It fully healed her, so she's not, like, in pain anymore, but she has a scar there. That's the thing. So, like...
I was unaware that magic did scars. Okay.
Irina has a scar on her neck that is a burn scar now.
Oh,
She also still has, her vampire bites, so...
How big is the scar on Primrose's arm or hand? Whatever.
It's your palm. It's the palm of your hand.
Okay, yeah.
What about Liliana?
Liliana...
No cool scar for you.
What?
I said no cool scar for you.
Your fingers and the tips of your ears.
Yeah, accents, baby.
So,
What did the lady say to Prim?
the headmistress approaches you and she says, "Is everything all right? What happened to your hand?"
Yes, everything is quite all right now.
Is there a fire in my house?
No. You see, I am a magic wielder, and we came across a few issues that had to be dealt with. And she lowered her voice to her and leaned in a little bit and said, "Rather violent terms this altercation came to. I had
okay.
to use some of my magic, and one of the spells backfired upon me and a few others, and
Oh my.
us. You know,
Is everyone else inside?
yes, our cleric Sam has healed all of us, and
Okay.
now they are dealing with children. Well, the boys, rather.
Okay.
Everything, I assure you, everything should be sorted now, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go inside. Could you watch them like you did before?
Of course. It would be my pleasure.
Thank you. And the headmistress comes inside and she goes towards her office into the room, into what is her bedroom, but she has Milof there. And when you guys get in there, Milof is sitting up. His color has come back to him.
Good.
And you can see him as you guys walk in. He's running his hand through his hair and he's like wiping sweat off of him.
Glad to see you're feeling better.
He looks at you and his eyes get real wide for a minute before they kind of squint and his brow furrows. Yeah, I guess.
Since Lana is down here now, and it's not going to take like 20 minutes to get down here, can she sense any evil?
There is no more energy from the fiend anywhere in this orphanage.
That means the necklace is no longer booby trapped.
Nope. It's now just a normal tin locket.
Cool.
So so I look at the kid then. Why do you only guess that it's good that you're feeling better?
It's not fun to work when you're 15. For one.
Huh.
For two, this place isn't exactly the best place to be. Nobody wants to be known as the freak, the orphan. So, that's why I say I guess.
Enough.
He looks and he sees Felix and his eyes get big again. Are you okay? And Felix just kind of nods and he goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. And Milof just kind of like pats the bed. It takes a minute, but you watch Felix come over and he sits on the bed. And Milof kind of wraps his arm around Felix and pulls him in close. And he's like, "It's okay. I had a feeling it wasn't you.
Lana is going to
Good man.
hold the headmistress and motion for her to come back into her office.
The headmistress nods,
I'll go at Lana.
and the three of you go into her office.
He was possessed, mistress. We have taken care of what has possessed him.
Her
There's-
eyes. Go ahead.
There is no longer an evil presence in your home.
You watch her eyes get really wide before her entire body just kind of relaxes, and you watch her as both of her hands go on her desk and she just kind of leans on it. Thank goodness that's over. I did not want to think that was him doing that on his own. Children are normally like that.
Apparently the demon had taken up residence in that locket that he found. The demon's been destroyed, so the locket should be harmless right now, but you may still want to throw it in a fire anyway.
Oh, and she
To be on
kind
the safe
of,
side.
she takes it and she offers it to you, Lana. I do not know of a proper way to dispose of this. Maybe one of you do.
Lana nods and takes it, and she says, You're also going to want to sand off the infernal on both beds.
Well, it's on more than just 2 beds, so we will do that. Thank you again.
I do not wish to overstep my bounds, but may I ask you a question?
And what is it?
How much does it cost you monthly to run this orphanage?
It costs quite a bit. It's anywhere between, depending on if the Baron raises prices, it's usually anywhere between 500 and 700 gold a month.
Oh my god!
That's with taxes from the Baron as well. So
Lana
it's-
looks at her very stricken, and
it's expensive. The children work when they're old enough, and they help.
700 gold? Holy crap.
The
You
children
can
need
see-
food and clothes.
You can see the sadness in Lana's eyes.
I'm just
As-
shocked that it's actual gold rather than silver or copper.
Mm-hmm.
That's... wow.
It's gold.
There's 9 kids.
Yeah, but
100
still,
gold a
an
kid a
average
month
farmer-
isn't a whole lot.
Are you kidding? An average commoner would make like 4 silver a month,
Yeah.
and it's 10 silver to a gold. So you're saying that what's the condition of this place? Is it like royal oak, or I mean?
I am going to roll. Oh, fuck me.
Because if it's run down, where the hell is all that gold going?
It's not run down. The house is actually well taken care of because they do get...
Okay.
They work with... It's with the church. So the church helps pay for stuff. The kids that work help pay for stuff. So...
I still...
No, I'm just saying that's an astronomical amount of money.
No, it is. But you can thank the Baron for that, so...
Yeah, well, we're going to have to try to fix that problem. Holy crap.
Lana looks to the mistress and she says, Your children say you are strict, but have nothing ill against you.
Well, I'm thankful they don't feel ill will towards me.
Just like one would with a parent. Do you feel... And she kind of turns her head Do you feel a parental love towards these children?
She looks at you, and her one brow kind of perks up a little bit. Why wouldn't I? I'm all these children have.
Lana nods. And she walks up to her and she says, I know it's not much. But it's, for now, all I can spare. And she hands her 15 gold.
Her eyes get a little wide, and you watch her hesitate for a moment. And then she eventually takes it. This will buy new clothes for the little ones. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I saw the babies, and I see you really do take care.
I do. I do my best. I'm only one woman, but I do my best, and Father Lucian will occasionally come and help. So
She gives a sad smile, and she holds her hand out for a shake.
she places the gold on her desk, and she takes her hand out, and she shakes your hand.
If there's anything more I can do and be of assistance, please do not hesitate to call upon me.
I will try to remember that, dear. Thank you.
Same goes for the rest of us, I think.
Well, you have done us a great service today, so at least we know we can trust you.
We need to speak to Milov again, unfortunately, just to make sure that the information we were given at the church was actually incorrect information.
Or if it was correct, we need to know where it is that whatever was taken has found its way to.
Oh, all right. Yes. Just go ahead. If you need, I can take Felix, and he and I can talk.
Lana will bow her head.
Good idea at the moment. He's been through a hell of a lot, and it seems that Milov is forgiving of him, so that he might need that contact now. I'm not one to, be good at that kind of thing, but if the boys don't want to separate, I'm not going to separate them at the moment.
All right, that's fine. There are no plans to punish the boy. I just want to make sure he is okay. So.
He's worried about it.
I'm sure he is. The older children do like to tell stories. Apparently, I eat little children for my supper.
Yeah, no.
Lana's gonna walk into the room, and when she gets up to Milov, she's going to lean back on the wall again and cross her arms over her chest and just look the boy up and down.
Milov, as he's comforting Felix, he can see you come up the hall, and you watch his eyes as he watches you. And when he turns his head to look at where you've stopped, his brow is still furrowed. What?
We were told you took the bones of St. Andrel. Is this true?
You watch as for a split second you see this instant fear in his eyes before it disappears, and he looks at Felix, and Felix looks at him. Did you take something? And he just sighs. Milov, you've got to tell them if you took something. He kind of looks at Felix. Can you go in the other room? I'll see if maybe the headmistress can send you back in here. And Felix, he looks really nervous for a minute before he nods, and Felix very slowly leaves the room, and he goes and he stands out in the hall. And Ismark actually follows him and stands out in the hall with him.
Lana just starts kicking her boots, kind of in a absent-minded way. And she's looking at them, and then once the two of them leave, she looks back up at Milov, and she says, all we need is to know where they're at, because they are needed.
Look, I was just getting sicker, and I wasn't able to work as much for Father Lucian. I needed the gold. So Henrik offered me gold to take the bones.
Henrik?
Who is that? I've
Who's
heard
Henrik?
that name before.
Henrik is
Yeah.
the coffin maker. He said he needed the bones for something. Said that Father Lucian wouldn't care. I needed the gold. 3 kids have run off, and they've gone missing. And I need to find them. We need to find them somehow.
3 kids from the orphanage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Sam.
And we understand about, I'm sorry, go ahead.
The headmistress approaches you, and she talks to you in a low tone as she hands you what looks like a small wrapped pouch.
Okay.
And once again, she thanks you, but she also says, I just want you to know, if you ever need someplace to stay, you guys can always have a place here to stay if you ever find the need and you can't stay in the inn for whatever reason.
Thank you. I very much appreciate it.
Of course. We greatly appreciate everything you've done. Hopefully things around here will return back to normal.
They should. Like Lana said, the presence has been cleaned from here, so all of the random injuries, the bad dreams at night, everything that was being caused by the demon's presence should no longer have any hold over you.
Okay.
Lana will tell Milov, thank you for being truthful.
I only did it for the gold, to help the kids. Nobody's looking for them. None of the guards, the Baron, nobody. Mrs. Wachter, nobody cares about us kids here. Headmistress, the headmistress, she cares, but she can only do so much.
Lana nods, and she says, well, you've got a group that cares who will go looking.
Really?
From one orphan to another.
You'll really come looking?
We
I
helped
promise
Felix,
you,
didn't
I
we?
will.
I'll save up some money, and I'll pay you for it.
She puts her hand up.
No,
and
you don't.
she looks at Milov and she says, the only thing you need to worry about is getting better.
Oh, I feel much better now. So, I think I'll be good to go back to the church. I'll see if the headmistress will allow me to do that. So,
When you do, you need to absolve yourself by telling the father what you did.
there's a long silence. Fine.
You do not want to work for the church and be living in a lie.
Well, I work for the church, and I tell him I did this, and he probably will not allow me to work there anymore. So there goes my job. So,
We will see what we can do. And she
whatever.
claps him on the shoulder and she says, "You're going to be an adult soon."
You hear
Are
him
you
grunt. You hear him grunt, and he actually, like, leans forward to get away from your hand.
You will
Yes,
learn.
I'm going to be an adult soon. I've been working at the church for 2 years now. Now that's going to be over for me. And who knows if Father Lucian will keep it between him so I can get another job, or if he will tell the entire town, making it impossible for me to get a job. So,
Lana
we'll see.
raises an eyebrow and she says, "It is better to come clean and take the repercussions now than to have it happen later on and you add lying on top of it."
You do know what the Baron does to people who do things like this, right? A crime like this will get me put in the gallows. That or the Reformation Center.
What's the Reformation Center?
We just know the name, and people who speak against the Baron go there. Some of them come back and their mind is broken. Others don't come back.
Father Lucian is a man of faith. Hopefully, there will be reason in him to spare you.
There's no such thing as sparing me here. It's happened. It will get back to the Baron. I'll just have to resign myself to my fate or leave before he finds out. So. I think you can go now. I'm tired of talking.
Lana nods and walks off.
Maybe I should join Prim outside. She's having a grand old time teaching the kids about magic.
Those of you that are left in the room, you can see Milov lean back against the headboard, and he crosses his arms over his chest, and you can see that he's torn about what has happened. But he very obviously knows he's in trouble.
Oof.
Lana, when you come out into the hall and you see Ismark and there's the headmistress and Felix is there, the headmistress, when you come out, is actually hugging Felix. And you can just hear him crying. And he just keeps apologizing over and over and over again. Ismark looks at you and... So, are we done here?
I believe we are.
Well, is somebody gonna go get your little perky elf friend from outside?
Lana rolls her eyes and she says, "You were there as well as I when we met her.
Yeah?
She is not my friend."
Well, somebody needs to get her.
Oh yes, I really hope someone walks in on what's probably happening out there.
Lana leans in and says, "Not it." And she
Not
keeps
it.
walking.
Ismark goes,
Out the
not
door.
it.
We have bones to collect.
Irina can hear the not it's going on all over the place, and she rolls her eyes. Damn it, you all are as bad as the children
You
here.
realize that somebody else hasn't said not it yet too, so you still could have beat her.
Oh, Irina
Unless
looks at you. Irina looks at you, Sam, and she goes, "Oh, not it. I'm not going out there. The other little elf friend of yours can go out there and get her."
Exactly.
If you guys are talking about Liliana,
Huh?
you guys are talking about Liliana, I'm pretty sure she's asleep.
Oh dear.
In fact,
Well, then it looks like we should actually call it at that point then.
I was gonna say, I was about to call it anyway because I was about to just say, you know, Lana, as you walk outside, you see a man standing there waiting, what looks to be for you, with Bardawolf and all of his hair standing on end as he is growling at this man. But this man has a smile on his face. He doesn't seem to mind. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight.
If you guys want to know what Prim is indoctrinating these children into, basically like braiding the girl's hair and being like, well, some people say that elves are more magically inclined than humans. I do believe humans are very magical creatures. Maybe one day when you guys grow up, you can choose your path of life and do magic like I do. And just teaching them all about the wonders of magic and all